Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the GDQ Hotfix. This is How to Train a Speedrunner. I'm Church and Sarge. We're following up first step. Just before we get into some Dishonored, we have 3 Dishonored games tonight. We're going to learn all of them just before we get into that. Just to remind everybody, we do have Awesome Games Done Quick 2022 online starting this Sunday, January 9th, and it's going to be starting at 11 p.m. So you can come see a week of speedruns over on the Games Done Quick channel, right here. And you can go to gamesandquick.com for more information on that. And then if you're ever on YouTube watching, AGDQ is going to be going live through the 16th, so you should come watch over at twitch.tv/gamesandquick. With all that said, we're here with noodle runs, or just noodles, for Dishonored 1 through, well, technically 3. We're going to be starting off with 1. How are you doing tonight, Noodle?
We're doing good. Thank you, Church. Yeah, like you said, my name is Noodles. I'm a primarily Dishonored 1 speedrunner, but I'm one of the few runners who runs Dishonored Anthology, which is the entire series of the main games, Dishonored 1, 2, and Death of the Outsider. And tonight we're going to be going through all those.
Excellent. Is there anything we should know about the first game before we get into it? Any just anything you want to cover before we start?
I just want to preface this by saying I'm not going to go too in depth with the the story. I'm going to go with a slight assumption that you're aware of the plot of Dishonored. I'll still touch on the objectives of the missions and whatnot. There are some, in terms of the speedrun, there are some pre-set up conditions that you have to do. For example, we down patch this game to a prior version 1.2. This allows a couple extra out of bounds areas in the game. Additionally, there is a free scroll macro. If you have a mouse like the Logitech G502, you can have an infinite free scroll, which is quite the advantage in a piece of hardware. So we have a piece of software created that can emulate that and give everyone an even playing field. And the last setup bit is the use of FPS change binds. This is one of the stranger additions to the run, I guess. You can tank your FPS intentionally by spamming print screen or something like that, but it just is a lot less consistent of a manner, and it is hardware dependent. So once again, to level the playing field and give everyone the same options, there are certain FPS limits that we will cap our game at, and that will help with some really crazy tricks for this run. That's pretty much everything out of the run. And so now we're just going to go through the setup process for starting the game. For Dishonored 1, we're going from new game, just going to select easy, take whatever brightness you want, and go ahead and go through the opening cutscene.
Corvo, if only there was some.
There's a skippable one right here, and then we have the riverboat in order to go up through the waterlock to where we will begin the first level. The first level is by far the least amount of actual gameplay. We're talking 20 to 25 seconds max where you're interacting. This is a somewhat cutscene laden game, but it's not the most egregious in the world. First level is definitely the worst offender in this case.
For all we know, there's a cure for the plague by now.
If I remember, I think, and this is a conversation from 6 months ago now, but isn't there something 8 to 10 minutes of talking with Samuel in this run?
We need help with the rat.
Cumulatively, I'd say the boat rides, or in terms of cutscenes, let's see. We've got 2 to 2:30 in the intro here. Each boat ride is going to be roughly a minute. Flooded cutscenes another 2. So yeah, I think we're talking probably double digits, upwards of or close to 10. In some cases, you are still active in the game. You will be holding something known as the RE storage skip in order to skip through dialogue that's on the other side of that boat ride. You're taking it from the previous mission and bringing it through the boat ride to the next little dialogue section. But here coming up, we have our save creation. So to start, we're just going to sit here and allow the game to make an autosave. When that happens, we'll escape, and then we will load that autosave. And then immediately upon loading, we're going to create a save game. So this is what you'll use as your reference. You can create a quick save here in order to fast reset the intro. And then just as a detail for what we're going to do here in a moment, the fastest way to get off this boat is to vault right in front of this guy and bounce off of Kurno's head here. So we're going to bounce off his head, go off the flagpole, and continue forward. So I guess this would be our official start to the run. I'm going to give it a moment. I'll count it down. 3, on go, sorry. 3, 2, 1, go. So that's the quick bounce here. Now I'm going to pause since this is training. Right here, there's a cutscene where Emily on the other side, we can maybe see if we go down here. She's just around that little pillar there. Is on the other side, and there's a hitbox here, or a trigger for the cutscene. But we don't want to hit that because that's incredibly slow. As showcased in this game previously, we have elevators. This is what happens when you go to the arete of like a pillar. And we're going to run backwards and jump at the edge here. This will take us up the elevator. That allows us to get to the top. This is the most common elevator spot for the intro here. You can also go to some of the sides, but that is the way to go. You're going to vault up top, and you want to make sure you're not at the very top here, or else you're going to die from fall damage. So come to the side, strafe over, and this gives us a hard fall. We went over the top of the trigger, and so that means we do not enter the cutscene. Now I'm a little late here, so Kurno's walking through. And then here, we just walk in, speak to the Empress. And that is about half of the movement of the intro, if I'm going to be honest.
They're my citizens, and we will save them from the plague if we can.
We watch Emily. Since we skipped talking to Emily, she just decides to run up.
Mother, Corvo is back.
Thank you.
And interrupt the regent while he's having his little conversation here. There is a incredibly low chance glitch that happens here, where you can save 15 seconds. Basically, you enter this cutscene and get a black screen. And that gives you all the power in the world. It can't be reproduced, but it is quite the occasion when it happens. Once the regent leaves, we're just going to talk to Jessamine, and that starts a little soft timer. If you know the story of Dishonored, Dowd and his assassins are on their way, so we must take to the skies. There's another invisible arete here around this bush. Basically, all of these are just like a giant pillar into the sky. So we're going to complete another elevator by running backwards. Make sure you're looking slightly into the wall. Ooh, if you miss it, it's not the worst. So now we're at the top. You see them coming. When the one on the right blinks out, that's when we go. So that causes us to fall all the way to the bottom. Because we are in the little intro combat tutorial, the game doesn't allow us to lose or to die in that tutorial. So we take lethal damage the moment it's activated. That automatically skips it. And then make sure to run forward towards the Empress, or else the second small little cutscene will begin. I see in chat, Popri said Corvo could have saved the Empress. There actually is a subcategory for this called Save the Empress %.
Find Emily.
You can technically eliminate Dowd
You'll know what to do.
in this intro, and that is a category available on speedrun.com under the category extensions.
I actually did not know that.
There's a few in the intro here. We have the Save the Empress. We have Hide and Seek %. I think that's it for like just the intro. Now here, like before, I mentioned briefly the storage skips. We're holding F right now at the end of this cutscene. F is the interact dialogue wheel key. We're going to hold on to that. And then at the end of this cinematic, we're going to press another button. I always hit K in order to have the muscle memory down. Still holding F, still holding F. You're going to see a dialogue wheel in the bottom left. And it pops up and immediately disappears. That is the storage skip. Each one of those dialogue wheels is a full second. We do definitely double digit of those across the duration of the run.
Comes from a friend.
I'm going to slow this down a little bit as well. When we get up here, we're going to eat the bread, and then we'll reveal the note and key that Corvo will use to escape. I'm going to make a quick save here. There we go. There's two options here. The old school option is to do an elevator over off of this pillar, and that puts us into the ceiling. We will just follow this little side route and make our way out the prison. The modern strat is the following. This door basically doesn't exist. We're going to look at this little stain on the ground, line up with the bottom right, move backwards to the edge of this lock, look into this corner, and use the jump macro, as mentioned before. And that just pushes us right through the wall. Once on this side, we're going to do an elevator off of this pillar. We're going to look right at where these two colors line up on the edge and shoot up into the sky. I'll do that once again in full motion because it will look a lot quicker. You also don't need to be super precise with the initial door clip. Once you get the general feeling down pat and slowly accelerate it, there is a small amount of leeway for your angle. Then we just run off the top of the prison, make our way into the sewers. All these objects, you might see me getting these like weirdly high jumps. Pardon. That's a vault. That's going to save you like a quarter second a piece. It's not the biggest deal, but it adds up. And now we're on to sewers. Go through the door, and that's the intended route. And this is what we downgraded our patch for. In patch 1.2, this ceiling doesn't exist either. So now we're basically going to follow the sewers route just out of bounds. A big note for practicing this and starting out running this, no autosaves are made while out of bounds. Absolutely zero. So do not be afraid to start spamming quick save. When I got back into this after a couple years off, I was definitely spamming quick save out here because I don't even know if this existed back then. This is the first little technical piece for out of bounds sewers. There's a couple ways you can do this. You can just do the nice easy way, just line up from the side, or if you're in motion from down there, do a little strafe jump in order to get up. This is another climb. The trigger for this is looking down and then doing the macro jump at just about this pillar. It'll be nice. Vault a couple more small objects. We're going to macro vault this. There's some out-of-bound guards. They don't do anything. Jump here. You do not want to fall. That you will fall into the void. Here's another macro vault. We're going to line up with the left side of this pipe, and we're going to aim for like that little plateau triangle of rock here. And we're going to use the macro to vault this little invisible ledge air strafe. And this is our first use of the FPS keys. This trick right here is what made out-of-bounds sewers doable. So one of our FPS keys lowers the frame rate down to 60. This is 60 FPS stream. You might not be able to see it. But 60 is the pretty consistent value here. We're going to line up with this smear on the wall. We're going to crouch and look in this direction. If you have the vault indicator on the bottom right, you're correct. So we're going to do the macro jump and look to the right. That's the strategy. And then because we're at lower FPS, we're going to gain a little bit more height off that vault, and that's how we're able to climb up. So we'll do it again. Lower the frames, corner, look, jump. Quick saving on top of this climb as well. Super important. There are plenty of places to fall down there when you're starting out. And then this is a lot of just parkouring, jumping around. Do not jump off that ledge. As you can see my health, you will not make it. And then yeah, this sewer is basically a lot about just understanding where things are positionally, right? The sewers are cylindrical. You want to be making your jumps off the top, etc., etc. Here, we want to jump off the top of this rock, maybe do a little bit of strafe. And because we were out of bounds, we hit like 0 triggers. So we have to hit one here. So we're going to fall just about into this rock, and you should hear a radio message.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. The assassin.
This spawns Samuel at the end of sewers, and ensures that we can complete the level. If he's not here, you have to run back, maybe a little bit farther into the cave. Originally, it was my understanding that you had to be like pretty close to that cave entrance, but anecdotally, there's a good amount of leeway. I don't think I've ever not spawned Samuel. So just move off the right, fall into those rocks, slide down, and we have escaped Cold Ridge Prison. This is one of those boat rides that was mentioned earlier. We are not interacting through this one.
So there was a lot of macro use in this level. Is there where can people go to find out how to get this set up?
So there's a ton of resources on the speedrun.com page for Dishonored. Dishonored 1, 2, and 3 all have the, or 3 is in Death of the Outsider, all have the macro linked in their resources. Down patches are also available via Dropbox, I believe, that are linked on the resource page. Down patches are for this game and for Death of the Outsider. They're not for the second game. The patch for the second game improved a lot of things. Okay, coming out of this boat, we're going to hold Sprint, W, and A in order to not get blocked by Samuel there. I want to make sure that's nice and clean. And then we're just going to run into the Hound Pits. We're going to do another dialogue skip here, and let me detail, this one's a little different. When we complete a quick access wheel, or sorry, not a quick access wheel, a dialogue wheel, there's a moment afterwards where we're still in that dialogue. So we're going to let go of F after the wheel and hold it again. And that's another way that we will do the storage skip. So let go holding F. So now we have a storage skip locked. There's a trigger here for Piero, and we'll instantly skip the dialogue. We need to grab him a whale oil tank, come up on the stairs and grab that. Then we're in.
Perfect. Tell me what I can make.
We're going to decline his first offer because we don't have any money to buy things from Piero.
I advise that you get some sleep. Your life will get even more difficult.
And then this one, we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to accept the prompt. We're going to hold F for the dialogue skip, and we're going to macro spam right now. And the very last frame there, before going into the fade out, you might have seen a little cursor pop up. We actually are able to create an input on the last frame, and so in this case, we jump. And that jump puts us through the floor. This is known as Outsider's Warp. That's another dialogue skip. And now this is the Outsider section. For the sake of kind of instruction, I'm going to try to do this at full speed and not lose like the mana regeneration, because that is an important part of it. So I'll make a brief quick save here in case we want to do this again. Forward, open the chest, mana pot. Blink again. Blinking through these rocks. Blink out of here. Pot. Open the chest. Grab another. Jump. Blink. Ooh. I lied. And it's just a blink sequence over the rocks. I'm going to show this again real quick. So when we're over here, we want to come up and create the climb up. And then as we're coming up, we'll enter the fade out. And while we're fading out, we flick over, open the chest, and pick up the potion. And we do this with mouse wheel up, which was bound in the pre-setup. As we regenerate coming out, we'll regain full mana roughly here. And it's just blink sequences to the end. We stay on the outside of the building and we skip a mana potion because we don't need it. Go to the runes.
And so if
For
I
some
remember,
reason,
God, no, you got it.
For some reason in this game, spamming numpad 1 closes the powers menu. So we do that. It's like the most unique bind that just came out of nowhere. And then I'll go over the, this is the yes part of the any % run. So this is using the Voidwalker's Arsenal DLC. At the start, we're going to move our mouse as far bottom right as we can. Blink. We pick up this bottom bone charm. And then we pick up coins, 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 and I should be doing this. Run. I missed. Okay. Blink. Bone charm. Coins, coins. Coins, coins. It's because I blinked too early. There we go. Now we blink. And we land on this, and we talk to Piero.
What can I do for you?
When we're with Piero, we are going to buy 1 rune. Full spring razors. Full potions. As many grenades as we can, which is 3. And 1 bullet. Open the powers menu. Upgrade agility. And void channel. Void channel powers effects are slightly improved. This will, I believe it slightly increases agility. Don't quote me on that. That was an accidental blink. So I'm going to allow some mana regen to compensate. And then it increases our blink distance. Now, if any of you follow the story, this is Callista. We don't want to talk to Callista. So we're going to jump, blink over her. And then normally you would blink here, but I am not going to do so in order to fix my mana.
Ready to go?
And then we onward to the next mission.
So if I remember correctly, the big reason why most people do easy instead of any other difficulty is purely because of the mana and being able to blink more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, the mana potions will give you less on the higher difficulties. I believe you'll take more fall damage. Don't quote me on that. Enemies do more. There's no advantage to higher difficulties. You certainly can. There aren't any official categories on speedrun.com regarding different difficulties across any of the games. As you'll see in the later games, for some reason there's a different, like you can make the game easier than easy on Dishonored 2 and Death of the Outsider, but we'll get to that.
I actually don't know that I ever noticed that, but
It's a very small detail, which is strange because that option has 3 settings and there's like 4 difficulty settings. Whatever.
yeah.
Okay, moving forward. As we run off the boat, we're gonna look vaguely towards this chimney. Double jump up the top. Double jump here. Use a mana potion because you're full, and we're gonna grab that. Top of this ledge, we're gonna look at the word R. Fall off and blink. A couple more blinks. Double jump, blink over this gap in the wall of light. And then we're gonna grab potion, rune, blink twice. That is Clavering Boulevard. On the other side of Clavering Boulevard, we have... I'm gonna not blink for a moment, just to explain. So this is Martin. Martin, we are supposed to rescue, and he magically reappears back at the Hound Pits. We're gonna completely ignore him, and this changes a behavior later on in the level. Let me just fix my mana. There we go. This is the sequence. I'm gonna do another climb up blink on the top. Double jump across, land in, potion, and now we have slip clips. Slip clips are how we get through walls, pretty much anyone we want. The basic way to do a slip clip, lean into the wall, strafe into the wall. And you can see for a moment that we can see through the other side. So now we're going to combine a camera movement, and we're through when we blink. A slightly easier way to do this is to do it diagonally. So instead of going just left, we're going to go forwards as well. This seems to give a little bit more like camera room, and it's much comfier in certain scenarios. For example, this becomes a very easy slip clip. We're going to Spring Razor Campbell and take his items. Ideally, we will want the Blackmail Journal and the pistol that he has. Because we did Out of Bounds Sewers, we don't have any of Corvo's equipment. And that means we don't have a gun. So we bought bullets earlier, but we don't have a gun to fire it. So we get it off of Campbell. Let's see. Let me just fix mana real quick. Come out here. We're going to slip through this window. And then lean, blink, and we're in the backyard. Now in the backyard, this is another very quick, immediate blink sequence. And then we'll show you the next FPS trick. Okay. A bit more description there. When you are blinking off kind of just into the open air, Continue holding W and moving forward, and you will land on this little slanted part of the rock. This breaks your fall. Now, as you can see, Samuel's looking at us, but he hasn't actually reacted to us. I'm going to create a quick save here. This trick is called Samble. We are going to blink to this spot, run to him, lower our FPS to this, and interact with him. Oh, I missed it. That's embarrassing. Next. So as you saw the first time, he started to talk to me. Second time, we've gotten the prompt. This skips like 12 seconds of dialogue. If you interact with him on a certain frame as he's putting away his cigarette, you actually are able to skip his whole monologue and just go straight to the prompt. It'll take a little bit of getting used to when you do it. It is blink, run up, run into him, and then start spamming interact. And also bringing your FPS back up to the playable amount.
Okay, let's go.
And then open the prompt, and we're on our way.
And sorry, so how many FPS buttons are there? There's 60.
So in there, the ones that are, I guess, used in the run, there are 4. There is a 2 FPS bind, a 5 FPS bind, which was that, a 60 FPS bind, which is used for sewer climb, and a full FPS bind.
Gotcha. Which is just you just play at full, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I have them bound F1 through F4 in incremental order. This is one of the boat rides here. So on the boat ride, while Samuel's talking, start holding F. And then we are going to continue holding F and blink to the loyalist. That skips another quick wheel.
Attention, all citizens living on the north side.
And now we have the Weeper's intermission split. We have to talk to Havelock, learn about Weepers, and go down. But instead, we can just ignore Havelock, fall from the sky, land on the vent. We want to slide into this hole so we don't interact with the chain. Crouch, lean, and you can actually pick up the key through the door. This isn't even technically a glitch. This is like a part of the legacy run that we have, which is basically glitchless. This is used. This is not a glitch. This is just part of the system. We're going to blink twice. And, okay, this is a case where if you're late, since I was explaining I was late. So you can run into the case where they're separated. In that case, you can do spring razor. And I'm going to see if I can get it. Oh, she's not cooperating. Come on, a little bit over. Almost. So you can slide her into the sewer in order to eliminate her, or just use the extra bullets that you picked up. I'll actually... Oh, one moment. I'll do this again at full speed, so we can actually see the double kill.
I know the golden.
Slide down. Grab the key. Blink twice. We're going to spring razor them. You might get pushed into the water there. It's not too bad. Just hold space. Rune there. Rune in the water. Blink. Level up agility. And now we have the Weeper's clip. This is one of the harder things in the game and is about like a 5-second time save. Definitely do not worry if you think this is above your pay grade. It is probably one of the last things you should learn. We're going to come up on the left side of this pipe, and we're going to do a diagonal slip clip to the right. Ooh, there's an example. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad I got this actually. So your head is stuck in the wall in this case if you miss it. And if you aim low enough, you actually can get through. And so that's one way if you do end up stuck in the wall. Let me reload the autosave here. But that is what a successful diagonal slip clip looks like. It is a very fast movement here, and like I said, this is one of the last things you're probably going to want to learn. Blink to Havelock, allow your mana to regenerate, and then blink twice. I'm going to blink one more time. Actually, I'm gonna blink again. This is just to fix my mana
I'll take you to the Golden Cat when you're
in order to
ready.
be accurate.
I've taken Lord Pendleton enough times.
So,
believe me.
when you're out of bounds like that, do you have to worry about like falling out of the world or anything, or are there like walls that prevent you from?
In
like,
that case,
voiding out?
for sure. As I'm not sure how obvious it was, but when my head was stuck in the wall, there were some points when I was pointing really far down and it was just continuing and going into the abyss and then raising it back up. In that case, there's a platform that kind of extends outside of that curved part of the sewer.
Okay.
And you want to be on top of that platform. There you can aim at the climb up. That's a little closer, but yes, there is a gap into the void, a couple meters on the other side of that wall.
The entrance is near Holger Square. The main thing is to make sure that little girl.
And now we have the Golden Cat level. Once again, we find ourselves on Clavering Boulevard, and we are going to the Golden Cat bathhouse to rescue Emily and eliminate the Pendletons.
He and his Bottle Street gang hold up at the old Dunwall whiskey factory.
Let's
sell the elixir that
see. Yeah.
folks use to
This
fight
is
off
pretty
the
much the
plague.
same Clavering Boulevard
Keep an eye
sequence,
out for you, and
just
a little
small
later, bring 'em back.
changes in terms
Good luck to
of
you.
mana potions,
Emily
and
must
they
mean a
patched the
lot to you.
hole in that wall of light from the first time we were here. So we have to do something a little different. There's bullets right here behind the mana potion. I very much like grabbing those. I would recommend it for people who are newer, especially if you're getting out of a pickle. When you get to this door, you can scroll to interact, but just hit F once to go through the door. If you scroll, there's some sort of wrong warp situation, actually, and you can end up out on this door when we're not supposed to on the way back. Real quick, I am going to make a quick save because one of the few pieces of RNG in this run is on the other side. Let's see, I want to be like here. So now we're going to go continue through, grab a rune along the ducts up here, open the door, and Emily is through here, huzzah. Now, we used to open up one of these and like blink out, but this is how we figure out what we're doing. Welcome to the walls of the Golden Cat. When we get through here, we look at this door. If the light is on, that's good luck. If the light is off, it's bad luck. So first, I'm going to show the good luck route. That involves doing slip clip through this wall, throwing a grenade. There's a Pendleton on the other side it'll get. Dropping a spring razor at the feet of that Pendleton. Continue through, blink, mana potion. With that, now that the woman there running through has opened the doors for us, thank you very much. We upgrade blink 2. We're gonna blink on through, eliminate this guard, loot the key, drop a spring razor because guards are tailing me. We're gonna use that key to grab those. And here's Emily. In this case, this happens if you are late to get Emily, like if Emily has arrived already to this spot before you get here. There are a few ways to fix her. We can just like run into the side of her,
The door is locked.
and then she unfreezes, or we can use the FPS keys, and that also creates a trigger. Now I'm going to do that quick load again to try and get the RNG for bad luck in order to showcase that route. And just a fair warning, I believe I am down a blink due to preparing things. Okay, we got good luck again. I'll try one more time for bad luck. Actually, I'll just do... There we go. That should be correct mana. I'll do this one more time. If it's not bad luck, then I will just do it anyways.
That worked. It's mostly showing it off, right?
Okay, it is good luck. So, in the case where it's bad luck, this light will be out. We will come along here and walk into this corner. This is very finicky, honestly. Let me reload this autosave. So we stand on this kind of black bar, and we're gonna look just generally into this corner right here. Just sprint and run forwards. You will get this hard fall. That's part of it. Okay, fingers crossed this is the lineup, because this corner is a pain in order to try and fix. I believe I'm too high, but we'll take a look. You're gonna line up with this horizon on the right side of this pole. That is a successful hit. That's what a success looks like. It will bounce off of the top of the showers downstairs and then slide down into the room. You don't want to leave this spot until it bounces. When it bounces, then we leave. Blink like this, spacebar, and uncrouch. Pop to the floor. Grab the spiritual remedy. Ooh. Come on. Upstairs. And Piero will be in, or not Piero. The other Pendleton will be in this room. And we will grab the mana potions, make our way out. Same deal. Yada yada, guard, loot, etc., etc. Okay.
What's the odds of getting good luck versus bad luck? Do you know? Or?
As far as we are aware, this is a 50-50. There isn't necessarily a time loss. This whole level is predicated on Emily getting to the end. And so with current strategies, there's effectively no time difference. I will say, bad luck, you do have to execute. Here's a sample where I made this cycle. You definitely have to execute, and there's more room for error with bad luck, but they are pretty much equivalent. So we get through, immediate blink, mana potion, and it's just a sequence of blinks. Oh, careful there. We want to land here. And that's our blink sequence on the way out.
Are you both ready to go?
And now we
Corvo,
talk
you
to
must
Samuel,
work wonders out there in the city.
and then we are on our way. This is a like minute 30 cutscene here, possibly 2 minutes. I do see some things in chat from Soul. For routing, does this run do high or low chaos? This run in particular is low chaos.
I'm not one to speak against my betters, but if
I
anybody ever
believe
deserved their fate,
all
it was those
achievements,
What
the all achievement
business are you
speedrun
talking about?
has a high chaos finish. Regardless, what we define as the end of the run is interaction with
It's
Emily,
okay.
whether that
I
be
heard a
the
lot
door
of
in low
different
chaos
episodes going
or
I
one
should
of the
concentrate on
resolutions in
piloting
high
this boat.
chaos. It actually is fastest in the all achievements speed run to startle Havelock, and then he will fall off the edge with Emily. As bad as that circumstance is, that is the fastest way to complete it.
Young Lady Emily, I'm Callista. I'll be caring for you and schooling you while you're with us.
Pleased to meet you.
In other
am I.
categories, you might
Would you
go
like to see
into
your room
Piero's
town?
workshop
Can I see
and
it?
talk to
Yes,
him to buy some
you
stuff,
may.
but at any
You'll
percent,
get
we
to see it
have
all.
more than enough
the
resources.
entirety of the Hound Pits.
Good. I think I'll like it here. I'll go with Callista, Corvo. I'll see you later.
You do not fail to impress. Armed with a blade.
After this
and chained
cutscene, we
horse
need to
pursuit.
speak to Lord Pendleton, who is
And with the
backwards and to the
Pendletons,
left. We're going to
our
blink
own Lord
immediately
Pendleton will assume
and
their
talk
votes
to him.
Parliament.
And then afterwards, we want to wait
In
for a
one
full
night,
mana
you've
regen,
done more than most men do in a lifetime.
because this
I need to
is
speak to you
like
soon.
perfect
For now,
mana. This
Lord
intermission.
Pendleton requests your attention.
Turn around, blink as soon as possible. Interact,
Corvo.
go through the wheel, wait for the regen, blink, stop moving, blink again, through the door, blink. You want to go to the left there because you can scare them and soft lock the game. If you blink and like hit one of them, they will get scared and they will refuse to talk to you. You have to load the autosave. Which is important if you accidentally do that, because like your run's not lost, it's just been like maybe like
Delayed
5-10 seconds.
slightly, Yeah.
And there is a solution, so.
Which is the nice thing about games with quick saves like this. It's like, okay, well, you messed up, but you in theory, you have an autosave or a quick save, so you're only losing like 20 seconds usually.
The autosaves in this game as well are usually pretty logical and functional thereafter, right? These major events, and most of this game, right? If you're doing a major event and get an autosave, then there shouldn't really be anyone around you. If you don't get an autosave, that's because you're probably in combat the entire level. This first section of the bridge is on timer. We don't want to beat the timer because we will soft lock the game, but we can afford to take it intentionally slow at some points. Grab these bullets, slip through the wall. We're gonna save our mana here because we can. Double jump, blink when we're fully regenerated. Wait for the waypoint. If we go early, we have to re-enter the level and go again, or else taking out the lights on the bridge here won't do anything. Okay, when we come out of this loading screen, we're going to want to shift left. There's a wall very close to the right. And then it's just a blink sequence of the bridge. Jump once, double jump again, single. Get up here. As we vault this, you're going to take out your grenade, throw it, break both of those lights, and then this is a double jump blink in order to get a damage cancel. I'll reload the autosave and do it again. We are aiming at the top of this banner and sprinting. Double jump, blink, and then double jump blink at this. That's a case of missing it. You want to kind of slam yourself in this corner, and then you can interact with the door as you're falling. If you don't feel confident with that, because it can get like kind of screwy if you're down there like trying to jump and constantly grab it, you can aim a little bit higher, and that should put you on top of the railing. You might take a hard fall, but you won't fall down. Other side of this bridge, we're doing only 2 blinks here. Fall, double jump, blink. It was a little short. Double jump, blink. I'll do it again to get it in motion. Double jump, blink. Double jump, blink. And we keep both of those at about head height, and then we avoid taking damage and then get a damage cancel. Moving forward, kind of stop running. You can overrun that duct. And then we just have a standard blinking sequence to the end. We're going to choke out Sokolov, hold, and immediately turn and get moving. Now this, coming up, is a trick that I found. I knew that, obviously we knew that Sample existed, and I wanted to see if there was anything else we could do that with. And we can do it here. Look at this poo stain on the wall. We're going to aim at the bottom, blink, let go, aim at that corner there, and then aim at this stick. So now we're set up for Samolov. Samolov is another FPS related trick. What we're going to do is we're going to move into this dialogue trigger and quick save inside of the trigger. Hello, Seeker. Nice to see you. So we're going to lower our FPS to 5. You can see it gets choppy. And then we're going to start moving forward. And then after a beat, we're going to start spamming quick save. This is what happens if you do not fix your FPS when you go. I'm going to create a hard save here just in case to show this off. Lower the FPS, move, spam quick save. And we skip his entire loyal physician himself, yada yada, monologue. If you quick save too early, you either just won't be in the trigger or you will get his entire dialogue prompt. The risk reward for something like this is a lot less than Sample. I'd say of the 2, and we'll see another one later, tricks, Sample is the most time save by far. The other 2 are like roughly 5 seconds, Sample's like 12. This is another case of holding F in a boat ride, so we're going to do that. And then we have a prompt here with Havelock, and we go to bed. How are FPS dependent tricks discovered? We do have Seeker in chat who found the most recent and ridiculous one, which we'll see later. In some cases, originally it was done with like spamming print screen in order to kind of just lag the computer. You have just like one-off things being noted on lower performant devices. I suppose you probably also just have like unique timings that happen to work out. Like for example, when I originally found the dialogue skip that we just completed, I didn't even use a FPS key. I just double jumped and like pushed off the wall in a freak accident of finding something that worked.
She told me if there's ever trouble, I should always
And then we
run.
find out ways to refine them. Accept the prompt in a dialogue wheel here. And we're gonna blink twice. One, vault, vault, blink. I'm gonna make a quick save here because there are two options that we can go with. First one, we're gonna talk to him, complete the dialogue wheel. Prompt, hold F. Oh, I missed it. Okay. Well, we can do another one off of this. Dialogue wheel, hold F again. Come over to this wall. We're gonna slip clip through.
You'll know him.
As you saw, there was kind of some weird business going down on the bottom left. We skipped a dialogue wheel. So Pendleton's outside of this, and we have to talk to him twice. So we like auto talk to him once, and then we just go through the second dialogue. Blink twice to Samuel, and we're here. A different way to do this is talking to Sokolov. Dialogue wheel. Prompt, hold F. There we go. Now we got the skip. We're gonna blink to this wall. Slip clip. Ooh. Blink. Blink. So now we don't have to talk to Pendleton at all. That is the preferred route. I'll do it again. We don't want to blink into the water. We want to blink into the ledge that's just outside the wall. Like, we want to aim pretty far down, like that. To the island, to Sam. And that is the pre-boil intermission.
You ready?
You want to make sure not to use any mana potions here, because we get an automatic refill at the start of boil. And now for probably one of the more popular Dishonored missions that gets functionally destroyed.
I didn't think they'd be
I
talking.
think this is my favorite level in the speed.
By the simplicity. Ooh, I see. From Explorer 199, do you not get the quest then? Interesting. So, you are in that quest, Pendleton gives you a note. Thank you for reminding me. Actually, Pendleton gives you a note, and that note we're going to deliver here to a gentleman named Lord Shaw. If you do not deliver him the note, you will get some extra dialogue from Pendleton. If you deliver the note and kill Lord Shaw in the subsequent duel, you will also get additional dialogue. But if you deliver the note and don't do anything and just leave, you get no bonus dialogue. So we're forced to accept the note, so we deliver it, and then continue on our merry way. Double jump up, double jump again, double jump over the fence, and blink. This is Shaw. We're going to give him the note, and then we will immediately leave. I'm going to make a quick save here.
Hey, they told me not to let anyone
We are
up
holding
here.
onto a spring razor.
Do me a favor.
So when we come through this door, we're going to hook an immediate left and go to some stairs. This is the Boyle Mansion. If they walk through the door, that is like special pathing, and we know that this is our target and we will succeed. Basically, in this mission, there are 3 Boyles: Esma, Waverly, and Lydia. And we kind of break the game because of what we did just here, which is where we read a note that is out of bounds. By reading an out of bounds note, the game's logic has 2 rules for a note. When a note is picked up, it checks if that corresponding Boyle is dead. If it is, you get a check. If the corresponding Boyle is not dead, it assigns that Boyle as the target. However, in some cases, since we're reading out of bounds notes, that's not the intended target. In this case, it actually is. You can tell because this painting is collectible, which means there is a corresponding inbound note. Wherever the inbounds note is, that is the correct answer. So if you lean through here and you see 3 notes, that means that your note is technically targeting the wrong person. Now, when we do that, this is called 33%, basically 1 in 3 chance. So we pre-attack the stairs, read the out of bounds note, we come down and we grab the mana potion. If you still have the quest, so right, eliminate Esma Boyle, white dress, we have to go eliminate the other 2 Boyles. In order to do that, we come through here.
That might be worth checking out.
She is normally on the bridge, but at this point, oh, there she is.
What's going on there?
That didn't register. Okay. We will go again from the outside and see if we can get better RNG on this take. And we'll do this a little quicker. So we come through, we spring razor whoever is here. Read the out of bounds note. Mana pot, blink down. Ooh, and we got a check mark this time. Right? In this case, we're allowed to leave. I'm going to stay just to show where the Boyles roughly are. So if we have to kill all 3, we come through, we blink, eliminate the one on the bridge, blink down. She's somewhere in like this chain. You can sometimes get a slow-mo animation. But she's in this kind of pathing. If you have to eliminate all 3, you're just going to continue on, try to ignore the music box overseer, and leave. Oh, goodbye, shot. One of the recommended things here more recently is kind of just double jumping into the water. You're not going to fall and break your ankles if you jump in the water. There are more direct routes, but I would say jumping in the water is definitely the safest. So a double jump, double blink over the fence, and we are out of here. After Lady Boyle, it is on to the Lord Regent himself. This intermission is pretty dry. So if there are any questions, either from you, Church, or from chat, feel free to drop them.
Losing family gives a
I feel like you're doing a pretty good job explaining. I guess, what's the difficulty of the slip clips? Because it seems like you're doing a lot of those. And you're making them look really simple.
The slip clips are ever since they were kind of like improved to be able to do them diagonally, they've become a lot easier. Some people find a lot of difficulty with them. A big thing with the slip clips is making sure that there's enough room between you and the wall to get like a running start. You do have to be like in motion. And that's part of why like these forward slip clip or the diagonal slip clip helps, because you're moving partially forwards, right? You're going to be able to move faster forwards than sideways. And so the more velocity you have going into the wall, the farther your camera can stick through it. So just make sure that you're like a good step off the wall as you're running into it to jam your head through it.
Okay.
Question from Kale. When did you start Dishonored speedrunning? 2015. I was a junior in high school, and I picked up this game. I think this was the first game that I speedran.
This is it, Corvo. Last memories of
but yeah, I speedran it back then. I didn't have a strong enough PC to feasibly do the any % category at the time, so I ran Legacy. I would practice in my accounting class after getting my work done, and then took a break for a while, and then after graduating college, saw that scene was kind of coming back around again, and decided to hop back on it, and made a much stronger push nowadays. Okay, this is the Return to the Tower split. I'm here to eliminate the Lord Regent. The opening here starts with a blink onto the rocks and an elevator up the metal bars. That's done right here, usually. If you're like slower to get here, the waypoint is a good reference. Otherwise, you're going to be just like a beat off of this, have your cursor a step off of this kind of vertical line here. Elevator. One thing that I may not have mentioned, when you elevator, you want to walk backwards and into the wall while looking slightly into the wall. So normally you would blink here, but I'll do it again. So like for this elevator, since it's on the right side, we're going to hold S and D, and then look slightly in. And then we're at the top. We're at the top here. We are going to line up a double jump, double blink. We're going to look at the top of this hut. And we're at 1, 2, 3, so between the second and third pillar. We're going to double jump, double blink. And we damage cancel here. Potion, double jump, potion. If you are out of grenades, you need 1 grenade here. You can, owie, you can pick this one up. And we blink inside. Once inside the tower, I'm going to show the beginner route here, because the outside route is quite precarious. We're going to grab the potion, open the door, shoot the gun. You want to make sure the door's open. That will actually grab their attention. We go chandelier, another blink, up these stairs, turn around, blink, and now we're on the roof. The reason why we shoot the gun is because it scares the Lord Regent. His safe room is on the roof. If we don't scare him, he will come down inside the tower, and he's not actually like spawned outside until we kind of activate this. Once we're up here, run a little bit, blink, take out the grenade, run into this corner, and I'm gonna hold escape here just to tell you, look at the center of the screen. We're lining up kind of in the roof. There's like some little water damage like portion of the roof. There's the gap right next to that, and then there's another gap. That's what we're aiming for. We're gonna look right there at the cross beam, right click, throw the grenade. That bonks him on the head, and there he goes. Double jump, double blink off of this. When we're on here, you want to look at the buoy and kind of just run off. Damage cancel, double jump, double blink, blink on the rocks. Okay, that case was a little rough, but usually the rocks do a really good job of taking care of your health and like keeping you, then you kind of just slide. This is the third Samuel dialogue skip. In this case, we're going to lower our FPS to 5 once again, and we are going to interact and spam quick save at the same time, like so.
Is it all done?
Increase our FPS again. You saw on the bottom right the loading wheel, and we skip this monologue.
Thanks to you, Corvo.
Answer the prompt, and we're away.
Let's go.
The old way to do this split involved the non-lethal route, which doesn't have the grenade toss, but there's a little bit more out of bounds, some timings. You have to like dodge an arc pylon, to stick your head in a safe. It's just like a little bit more technical than is comfortable.
Makes me uneasy.
So that's, and the grenade just is faster.
Always gets the worst of it. But maybe it's going to be different now.
I mean, here we're taking down the Lord Regent, so we're here to celebrate with the loyalists in the bar. We're gonna hold F as we come in to dock with Samuel.
Waiting to raise a glass in your name. Me, I think I'll just linger out here if you don't mind.
And once again here, we're kind of just spamming blink. How to cap to 5 FPS? The like pre-game setup guide includes creating some binds in order to lock your FPS. We're going to create another storage skip off of this. I'll continue on that point in a moment. We're still holding F here as we're climbing. Blink up, blink again if you haven't. And now we enter the pre-flooded cutscene. Corvo has drank something, maybe a little bit too much. We're still holding the storage skip. Do it again and create another one. And now the flooded cutscene. This is the ceremonial bathroom break. However, because of the storage skip, if you want to save an extra second, you are going to hold the F key for the entirety of this game. Or, if you are the speedrunner known as Z Regret, the E key. He is the only one who does that. I don't know why. It's perfectly fine if you don't hold this key down. This is a long cutscene, and you can very much use it as your bathroom break. Let's see. Oh, once again, the capping to 5 FPS. Some FPS-based tricks were found. Seeker TV, a runner for this and runner of Doom fame, was in here earlier, and he mentioned that some people on console found it, so that could just potentially be like console running at different frame rates. Also, spamming print screen on some computers can kind of lag your computer and create some different scenarios. And we haven't even hit the most ridiculous FPS related trick. I don't know, Church, did you happen to watch the SGDQ run of this by Lurvin over the summer?
I watched a little bit of it, but I don't know that I caught.
Okay.
I think I only caught the first few.
I know a great deal.
Okay.
Like
This trick was discovered by Seeker, who was here earlier, and this makes negative
A gift from
sense.
your friend.
Excellent.
I mean, when you when you break it down from a
Talks to you
like
when you visit his shrine.
engine point of view, you can see where it makes sense, but
Fair.
I know
visually,
what it felt like
it's
to shovel flake
ridiculous.
into your empress. But I don't know you, who you are, and who you fight
it's having a good PC slow for this game.
and I can't allow that.
That is the joke, ain't it? In some cases, I suppose so. Right? Who's gonna discover those things? Okay. We're still, if you're still holding F here, we're simply gonna sprint backwards and to the left, and then double jump. There is a trigger there, and then that just fires the. That's supposed to be a conversation with the outsider while we're in the void. So we held that dialogue wheel the whole time. Now we move along. This is, I would say this by far is my favorite game of all time as well.
I do think the Dishonored series is a very good series.
Okay. When you're in this cutscene, do not touch your mouse. That is the big warning. Do not touch your mouse at all. I'm actually gonna create a quick save here, just for demonstration purposes. So, the intended way to do this is to take the bricks, and you can either double jump in order to break the roof, or you can just repeatedly throw them in order to break it, and then you jump out the top, right? That's the intended way. That's, say, 5 to 10 seconds slower than this. We're going to, without moving the mouse, walk forward until we're next to the smear. We're going to look in the corner of this L, and we're going to do a jumping slip clip. Not diagonal. This is straight to the right, leaning to the right, slight mouse flick to the right. Like, oh, you saw it for a moment. I missed the lineup. And I would recommend, if you want to seriously do this, I would recommend quick saving at that point. So we do a jumping slip clip. This is called brickless. And we're kind of aiming for these pipes. Any closer, and you're just any further left, and you're just not going to make it out. That is something you'll just have to get used to. A lot of these, right? You can describe it, but you really got to get the feel, like with your own timings and the muscle memory, because right, you got both hands getting into it, and then also kind of recognizing where you are on the screen. Health and mana elixir. Blink up on top of these stairs. Double jump. We're going to do a double jump, double blink. Aim a little bit low. Ooh, that was actually too low. If we get that animation, we're actually too low, because if we go a touch higher, we'll take damage, but we won't get an animation. Come around here. Blink. We're going to grab a potion and a key. Coming to this window, we want to blink at the top of this sign. And get a damage cancel. Moving through here. So this is the part where we're supposed to fight Dowd, right? Dowd's over there. There's a statue of the Empress, yada yada. And we are not going to do that. We're going to slip through this wall. I would recommend doing it here. You can also do it on top of the front of this car. But I think you can do it diagonally here a lot easier. So we're going to slip through the wall, and we're in the water. There's kind of this invisible wall here, and also a ceiling. You see, like, when I get high, there's a peak that you can go to. Make sure you're pretty high up when you do this blink. Kind of keep swimming forward. Farther ahead, it gets even higher up, and you want to make sure you're high up, because you can drop out the bottom. It's kind of just all underwater. Oh, and I think I actually got stuck somewhere. And then after your third blink, you make it into the sewers. And this is the back of Dowd's Oh, there's an invisible wall there that we can see through. This is the back of Doubt's tunnel. As you can see, this is where we need Doubt's key to get through. There's a rune over there, etc. Oh, that's actually... I need the autosave instead of the quick save. Okay, so we'll do this in full motion. Come here. Slip down. You want to use C to swim down. It's the crouch button. And then 1, 2, 3. We're in the sewers. Interact with the door. Free to go. Moving forward, we're going to double jump out this entrance. Blink. Double jump again. Blink. This is really finicky, so do not do not fret if this is awkward. This is awkward for everyone. Blink here. Look at the waypoint. Double jump. Blink. We want to blink at the first bar here, and then sprint. Double jump. We'll get a damage cancel. Grab these potions. Restore your health here. We want to blink across onto the mound, up to the whale oil tank. That disables this wall of light. Blink through. Blink through. When we are on the other side of this door, usually you want to try and do this trick I'm about to show before the autosave. You can do it, but come to this door. This door is a little thicker, so we definitely want to do a diagonal slip clip through here, for sure. Now this is where the ridiculous trick is, so I'm going to show like all tiers of this trick, because there's 3 options. Option 1, this is, if you've played through the game, somewhere over here is where the Granny Rags like mini fight is, and when you escape that, you go into kind of like a underground little stream, but that just exists kind of in the expanse of space here. So you can jump to the side, and you're in the stream outside, just like floating through the air. You can just sit in this, ride it all the way down, and then it'll pop you up, and we're here. This is the destination for the easier routes. So you can just sit in that. The way to speed it up, we lower our FPS to 5, and then bring it back up, and we're here. So many autosaves are going to get made. Other option is we make a quick save when we're in the water. Quick load. We're at the end. That also stops the timer since we use in-game time. And let me actually show this. We're going to double jump across. Single jump blink. Double jump into like this hole, and you want to crouch when you're in the air. There's like something above your head. You lean, blink, interact with the door. Now, this is the fastest strat. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to create a quick save, and I'm going to do it once at full speed. So that's what Seeker found. That is done by double jumping to the other side. Basically what happens is you double jump to the other side of the stream. You lower your FPS to 1. When we're in water, as you saw with the other FPS key, the physics of the water change differently. It's just like the way that the engine applies it. So if you decrease your FPS to 1, you're going to get absolutely launched. At the end of this stream, there's a rock. You collide with the rock. Because of the amount of velocity you have, you go flying into the air. When you're at the top, you're going to want to blink once so you don't land on a roof, and then you blink twice so you collide with a wall and kind of slow your descent. When we do this double jump, at the peak of the double jump, we want to look left to like pre-aim and then let go of our arrow keys, all keys. So we're going to go doot doot, letting go. I actually did that way too late. If you're late, you can fall into the void. But I was talking too much, so I missed it. You can fall into the void. You can get stuck at the end of the tunnel. There may be another place up top where it happens. As soon as you land in the water and you hear the splash, that's when you want to lower your frame rate to 1. And then you immediately raise it back up to, I guess full is the word I'm going to use. 250 is like what we'd like to say. So like this, 1 full, blink, blink. That is a decent amount of time save. It's very specific, so I would recommend definitely repping that out specifically. But yeah, that is the Flood District. Let me think. Is my mana... Okay, I need to do some blinks here in order to adjust my mana so it's appropriate for the next level. Yeah, that is... It's funny, right? And you'll see in subsequent games... Oh, yes, sorry. It is... Thank you for correcting me, Seeker. It is 2 FPS. You can do it at both, but 2 FPS is somewhat faster, I believe, right? That's what we determined, or like easier to manage. Moving along, this is the Loyalist mission. At the start, we're gonna blink,
Please, no.
jump up. There's a mana potion in the side. When you go through this door, it creates a trigger. What we're going to do is we're going to blink into the hound pits. I'm just going to show the easier. The time difference is maybe like 3 to 5 seconds. It's not large, but we're going to go through. Double jump, hold your blink. Make sure it's behind this dude, because like that can happen. And we read a note. This is where Havelock has gone to. We're going to continue along. To the duct, slip clip through this door. If you miss, you can just kind of go around and like blink through the front. It's a rough jump to make, but if you jump and then blink, you'll be good. Signal Samuel, grab the key and the potions, come down. Don't use a mana pot here. We want to blink out to Samuel, and this starts a cutscene. However, he leaves us, so we leave the cutscene, but then we blink into the cutscene, and then he leaves us, and we're out of the cutscene. And then we blink back in, and we quick save, and quick load, and that skips a monologue.
Okay.
That is easiest to do with grabbing the note in the bar. There's an alternative strategy where you activate Samuel, then get a different note. But that's more aggressive, and it will be more difficult and require like a more specific timing and knowledge for the skip at the very end. But that is Loyalist. That's the fastest split. Using the faster strategies, I believe the gold is 47 seconds or something. Very brief mission. We also like ignore 3 of our friends in the Loyalist group on the way out. So, peace. I see a comment from Lucid. Is there a speedrun category for ghost runs? There is. There is non-lethal ghost and non-lethal ghost. Basically, there is a glitch that allows you to lethally eliminate targets, but the glitch kind of disassociates the kill from your person, and so you aren't responsible for their lethal death. Therefore, you have 0 kills. Therefore, that was a non-lethal run. And then there's actually what I refer to sometimes as poetic justice runs, which is completing all of the non-lethal category objectives.
If anyone deserves it, you do.
And then you don't want to use the extra mana pot there at the end because we're waiting for Samuel to arrive. And we can also only blink so far out before the current pushes us back in. This here, beginning at King Sparrow, is just a sequence of blinks. This is a double jump, double blink. We're kind of aiming at the roof here. And then once we blink, we're not going to touch our mouse again. So I'm going to do this to simulate. Ooh, simulate mana. Double jump, double blink. Continue going. And then we blink on top of the elevator. Look down. And then you can kind of get your reference for going inside of the elevator. The first part of King Sparrow is very straightforward. The biggest thing you'll have to deal with is kind of the guard's positioning. Now we're on to Lighthouse. This is the end of the game. I'll let you know on time. I'm going to show a couple of different variations on how to complete this.
Okay.
I have 4 in my mind. So we'll create a quick save here after the autosave. Quick save. There we go. Okay. Strategy number 1. Go out the right door. Blink. blink. This is considered, I guess, the legacy route. We're gonna blink to the inside of that guy, base the statue up on the ledge, blink again to Havelock key, and then we just run and interact with Emily. Strategy number 2. We're gonna double jump out the top. We're gonna blink over this, double jump here. We're gonna go on top of the lighthouse, but still like all inbounds and whatnot. And now we're here next to Havelock. We actually have an extra blink. Number 3. We're going out the top again. Double jump into here. And we are going to go into this little triangle. This used to be the fastest route, and it is a pain to do. I don't recommend this, but I'm showing it anyways. We're going to be in this triangle, and we're going to do 2 diagonal slip clips. There's not much room in here to like actually move, which is what makes it difficult. So double slip clip through, key, blank, there. And now the preferred route is the following. Double jump off, blink onto the infrastructure, blink here. We're going to do a little fade away blink, jumping backwards. We're going to blink at this duct, spam the macro. That sticks our head through the floor. We blink above because there's some things we can collide with here. So we want to make sure we land on the key. And then our last blink, I have some extra mana, will be outside Emily's room. And at this point, the run is complete and time.
Corvo! I knew you'd come.
Also, yes, the easiest, most consistent route. We don't have to deal with any guards. It's kind of pretty short amount of distance covered, no slip clips. The scariest thing is just kind of jumping out over the void at the start, and then also making sure we get our head through the floor. But yeah, that is Dishonored 1, any percent, yes.
So that, like, there are a few things that you'll want to get a little bit of practice in, but that seemed pretty straightforward. Like, there doesn't seem to be too much to learn. It's a lot of just the same kind of mechanics over and over again.
Yeah, the slip clips and the elevators are kind of the keys to the runs. In the cases where I didn't really like show alternate strategies, such as stuff like the Samuel skips in the Return to the Tower and the bridge level, and like the slip clip and weepers, in the grand scheme of things, those are definitely worth skipping for the start of your run, right? There's so much of the route just to learn in order to get your mana timings down, and get the basis of the game really nailed down. That
yeah.
As you'll come through, right, you'll see where you can speed things up, start comparing yourselves to world records or people around you on the leaderboards, and start following faster strats.
For sure. Do you have anything else you want to close out with on this before we take a quick break?
Let's see. I see a relevant question from Jay Hayes in chat. How long is a 100% run? I believe the world record is down to... Is it a 106? Seeker might be able to quote it better. I'm not sure how up to date he is with that. But yeah, I think it's between like a 105, 112, somewhere in that realm. Other than that, yeah, this is Dishonored any percent. I think a lot of the alternative categories in this are fun as well. There's a couple individuals who really pushed 100% in the all achievements category. Which somehow those are like pretty comparable, time durations and similar to one another. All collectibles is great in this game and in the second. But yeah, this is Dishonored. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I mean, we'll be back with Dishonored 2 in a few minutes here. We're just gonna take a quick wellness break here. Give everybody a chance to get up, get some water, stretch, just kind of get the blood flowing and make sure everybody's taking care of themselves. So we're going to take a few minute break and then we'll be back with Dishonored 2.
See you then.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the GDQ Hotfix. I'm Church and Sarge, and we are here with How to Train a Speedrunner. And we've got Noodles here teaching us Dishonored 2 now. How are you doing, Noodles?
Doing good. I might lay a little bit of a protein bar in a break, slam some water, and we are ready to go. This is going to be the only, to be frank, the only similarity between this run and the previous is that I'm going to be playing Corvo. The rest is
Okay.
This game is somehow more broken.
Good.
I will be honest.
Is there any setup for this one? There was a lot of setup for the first one. Is there any for this one?
Outside of the game, all that you need is the free scroll macro. That is it.
Okay.
There's no down patching. With this game, we run on the latest patch. It improves load times and also makes the famous Jindosh puzzle reliable and consistent. Pardon. As you will see, there is a Jindosh puzzle hack that we will come across when we get there. To start, the biggest things with this game is on the Void engine. This iteration of the Void engine is miles less performant than the Unreal engine used in the previous game, and they improved on it a little bit in Death of the Outsider. But it's highly recommended that you dump your quality settings as low as you can. Also, Death of Field constantly gets reset in this game, and that's not something you want. It's not over here. Make sure you don't have VSync. Adaptive resolution can be useful if you're struggling to run this game. Additionally, in terms of HUD, make sure tutorials are off, kill cams off, and then a useful thing here is to turn on auto aim for mouse and keyboard. We honestly don't do it too much, but it just helps make headshots more consistent, and it's part of the game that's like, okay, this has to go down. So using it definitely is encouraged. For making a new game, we're gonna go over here, just click new game, select the campaign slots. You can select easy or custom. The difference with custom is this stealth visibility. On easy, it's set to normal. On custom, you can turn it down to low, which honestly is pretty good for the speedrun, because this is visibility in bright light, and last thing you want is more guards aggroing. This is an anecdote. One of the things that annoys me about this game is that the yes and no prompts are switched from the first game. So if you're doing anthology speedruns or you're coming from Dishonored, you will have a lot of muscle memory going to the right to select no, but it is not the case. Play the tutorial if you like, but for terms of speedrun, we are not going to do so. Performance is definitely something that's struggling. There are some maps that are better than others. For example, Jindosh Mansion is very difficult. The cutscenes here, we're going to skip through. Basically, what happens is we have a anniversary day celebrating Emily's mother, Jessamine, and Delilah storms in with like 87 people and takes over the place. For the case of the tutorial, we're going to be playing as Corvo. Corvo is, I mean, if you're coming from the first game, you already know his kit, and he has some fewer tricks. He skips some of the more technical stuff that Emily's far reach ability creates. The time difference, in the sake of the speedrun for the world record, is roughly like 30 seconds. But there's a lot of headache that comes with playing as Emily and learning her far reach ability. So we are going to play as Corvo, as I believe he'll be the most comfortable for people just starting out. Skip through a couple more cutscenes, and we are about to create our starting save. Don't touch the mouse here.
Alexei.
We're going to do the same thing. We're going to let an autosave fire off, and then we're going to load the save.
No.
Load the mission save here. This game takes a little bit when you're loading in for the save game to be available. There we go. And this is the save that you will quick load from. when you fade. Now, I guess I will go to a loading screen to get the timer ready. Okay, time starting on go in 3, 2, 1, go. We're going to turn around and scroll to open the window. We're going to vault out the side here. We're going to run to Alexei Mayhew, our captain, who immediately dies. Holster our weapon. We're going to jump down. We're going to grab a bottle. A lot of animations in this game can be skipped by damage, so we're actually going to damage him. Slide kill is the fastest way to kill Ramsey. We're going to loot him, and then we get slapped. Because of the damage, we exit the ring animation. Best way here, don't hug the left, because you might vault the chair. You're going to jump off the coffee table onto the door, upstairs. You're going to play the bottle minigame. So close. Basically, for fun, you pick up a bottle and try to land it on the bookshelf. I see that most commonly in Sierra Death's runs, and I picked it up immediately. Here we're going to do another animation skip. Please don't be following me. You pick up a bottle. You're going to look roughly here. I know where this cross is made. We're going to throw it. Immediately interact with the case. As you can see, this is in our inventory now. So basically, right, all these cutscenes will be advanced or skipped with damage. In this case, it's kind of just advanced, right? The cutscene starts, and then we end it because something else is going on in the world. In some cases, we will just skip the cutscenes completely due to having gained enemy aggro. And the game's like, no, you don't need to handle this right now. You're handling something else. We'll see that later on. Coming out of this loading screen, we're just going to run forwards.
Until I understand this, I have to go into hiding.
Going to go outside.
I should
And
make
this
my way to the docks.
is the first turbo
I've gotta get
broken
out
thing.
of Dunwall.
I'm going to start with the intended solution and then show some easier ones. So we're going to come up against this,
Maybe the captain can help.
this duct here, a bit to the left. We're going to look into the distance. I have this bound to Z. And there's like some little quasi-rectangle square that we're going to build right here. And we are going to perform a leap. So what a leap is spamming the jump macro. So you holster all your weapons, you come up to a ledge. You spam the jump macro. You equip an item. In this case, we're pressing 1. And then you can just keep holding the jump macro as you fly through the air. You don't have to hold it as you fly through the air, but you have to hold it as you complete the leap. I've been spotted. You can do kind of leaps just off of anything like this. Basically anything that's a ledge, you can do a leap. I'll quick load back to that spot. The timings for leaps will kind of depend on what you're vaulting. I think of it kind of just as a heartbeat, a quick dead zone. The angle at which you are in that vault will determine your leap. Like if you select the item incredibly that also happens a lot. Leaps are dangerous things. The angle at which you're in your vault can kind of determine where you're gonna go. This is probably one of the most vital in you have to do it here leaps in the game. When you're in the air, you don't want to press your movement keys. This leap is designed to not use movement keys. We're gonna leap again. If you hold left control and block, you will not animate when you fall far distances. You'll still take the damage, but you will not animate. And then here, we're just gonna climb up and talk to Megan. First, we will take a look at some alternatives. You can line up here.
I don't know that ship.
Plaques.
But maybe the captain
we're gonna
can
look
help.
at the top of that ship and do a leap. We'll just fall into the water here. This one isn't as precise. You just don't want to hit any of these solid objects sticking out. And if you don't want to do a leap, you can do just that. We're just gonna come down here. I recommend health potting just in case anything goes wrong.
What do I have to do to get
Just
Emily
come down
back?
right here.
What do
Back
I
to the
have
wall.
to become?
Fall in the tree. You go down to half health, but you don't have to fight a leap. Also, leaps are FPS dependent tricks. You need upwards of 100 FPS in order to do this. and then you can
don't know
complete
that
other.
ship.
Holy crap!
Maybe the
You can complete other leaps in the level like that. That is what happens when you get an unobstructed leap, just jumping on everything. But yeah, find your way down. Leaps are integral to this game. So most
Over here.
oh, if you stall too much, she brings you into
Lord
cutscene.
protector.
Let's go.
The leaps are integral. You do need upwards of 100 frames. So you lowering the quality settings or finding alternative leaps that don't require as high FPS are just as important if you can't make those. I see a comment from Mufuzzy. What is jump macro? On the speedrun.com resources page, you're able to grab a piece of software that emulates a free scroll mouse, such as available on the Logitech G502. Since some people can have hardware solutions to level the playing field, we have software solutions available to everyone. In this case, I'm pressing the G button, which emulates free scrolling on the mouse. Let me actually showcase this real quick. In the options menu, under controls, we have jump bound to space and mouse wheel down. In the first game, we had to edit INI files, but in this game, it allows for multiple binds. So we can just do mouse wheel down there, mouse wheel up there. And some others, like I have a block on the middle mouse in, that just makes it a little bit easier if my left hand's doing a little bit too much and I can't block with left control.
Something's not right.
We're on the boat,
it
but
seems
we're not on the
familiar
boat, we're in the
somehow.
void. So we interact with the door and just run over to
Where are you?
our
You
waiting
might as well
old
show
friend.
yourself.
Hold F to skip through the dialogue, spam
felt
F to
this so
accept
long
the prompt. We're just going to do a blank sequence here.
It was still there all along.
We'll show one trick that I do not recommend for people starting out, but it is very cool.
Never thought I'd be here again.
Now, normally, blank sequence, we're just going to continue down here. You can actually do a leap off of that in order to get there faster. But we're going to try this real quick. We're going to hold F. For this, in this case, some leaps Corvo needs to hold sprint. This is one of them. This is a mess with the left hand to try and do. Let me just see if I could do it. So that is the Heartless trick. That involves doing a leap off of the back of that rock platform. You're going to blink, jump, which resets your blink. Blink, you're going to jump off the wall. Blink, jump off probably this. The third blink can be kind of a mess. You can end up in an array of locations. But that is the Heartless skip. That skips, I think, around 15 seconds. I personally would not recommend that for someone just starting out. If you miss it, you just end up over here. But instead, you can blink to here, crouch, and do a leap off of this. That will bring you close to the heart.
There you are, my love.
So this is the preferred route. If you're just starting out, if you really want to challenge yourself, you can go for the Heartless skip. But I do not recommend it if you're just learning the game. Wait until you are very comfortable with leaps and have those mechanics down pat. Moving along, we're going to hold F to go through the cutscene.
Are you able to, like, is there storage in Dishonored 2, like there was in Dishonored 1 for, like, the boat cutscenes?
Oh, the dialogue skips. No. In this game, there are not any carrying over. The Void engine has introduced its own quirks, such as the leaps. There is still clipping through walls. It's not quite a slip clip, but you kind of just, there are angles you can clip at that just put you out and push you out of bounds. Also, the movement is a little different. It's a little bit more like flowy. I don't want to say it feels like a free running game, but it definitely feels a little different. We're gonna come into this room and speak to Megan. Now the normal way to get out is to go up through the stairs. Maybe you blink there, you open the door, and you blink out to the skip. An alternative route is, this is where we woke up. This is our private quarters. Hello, Megan. We're gonna blink just above that little light gap and run forwards, and then immediately turn left. Oh, I almost forgot. Wake up. Don't forget about agility. That is very important for this run.
Ready for me to drop you at the docks?
You have that as soon as you are outside or done with the outsider portion, or the void portion of the mission. Usually, the preferred route is either immediately when you wake up, equip agility, or immediately after picking up the crossbow in your gear. Great agility. Apologies for that. Edge of the world. If you want to practice your leaps, this is a very good place to do it.
I take you to Adam.
Hold F to skip the cutscene. We're gonna crouch. Sometimes you have to get like really close to these objects. If they're short objects, you want to crouch in order to do your leaps. Ooh, now that was a weak leap there. Bit of a timing game. And there we go. That's the kind of leap you want. We're gonna come over to the whale, loot the rune out of its mouth, hold shift for this leap, and you can block here. This one is kind of a mess. Mixed success off of there. If you get a huge leap going, you can chain it to slide up this wall. But if not, and it's really not a big problem. We're going to come to this fence. We're going to leap off of this. We're going to continue holding the macro, and we'll just blink on top. And then we're at the carriage. This carriage will take us to the doctors. Normally this whole level, you got to go all the way around that way, and then you got to break into the carriage. Oh, bye-bye. You got to break into the train station. You got to stop something with the electricity. There's a couple different options you have, but we can just double jump climb that wall right there. Ooh, pardon for the burp. Also, every single one of these, as opposed to the first game where you have to wait like 2 seconds for it to process, you can just spam through these. You won't see them. You'll see like half of the word saving like slide into frame, and then you'll be through. If you're playing all collectibles or other categories with special objectives, you do have to showcase those for mod review. So then we don't have to go back and check your run and make sure we didn't see like some little spotted icon pop up or what have you. This is Addermeyer Institute. We are going to investigate Dr. Hypatia. Quick blink at the front and picking up a mana potion. Up here, we're going to do another leap there. There are a few leaps like falling backwards. It's a tough like hand array. Ooh, that's important. There's a mechanic in this game called stagger, where if you're middle blank or like in the process of blinking, you can kind of just lose your blink. It'll eat your input. I just want to double check that I didn't accidentally unbind this, right? Yeah. Okay. I believe I'm out of health potions. This way to the recuperation door. Pick up a rune. After picking up the rune in the whale's mouth, we now have 2. So we upgrade to rapid sprint. Ooh, too many escapes. Pick up that health elixir that I now need. Hold. You will get an animation if you don't block here to cancel it. There is a damage cancel that you can do here. It is not the most consistent thing in the world. Basically, you bounce this off of Hypatia and talk to her. Didn't get it. So the big secret to this is that Hypatia is the crown killer. And so that means we have to eliminate her. We can do that lethally or non-lethally. In this game, I believe every lethal option, except for one, every lethal option is the way to go. So we turn her into the crown killer with a pistol, and then eliminate her with the incendiary bolt. Blink out, pick up mana potion, sleep darts, mana potion, health potion. Open the shutter. And then we're going to use another incendiary to break the watchtower. A little bit of drop here. We're gonna do that. And now, we're gonna blink inside and grab a rune. This isn't in too many runs, but do a leap here. Blink on the boat. Oh, that was close. And you can talk to Megan early. The reason why we grab that rune, just accept the prompt here when it comes up. The reason why we grab that rune is because this will allow us to get Blink 2 very quickly here. Blink 2 has a lot more range, and it's honestly not that punishing to go and get. You're gonna lose like maybe 10 seconds and like a resource in the process of doing this, but it gives you Blink 2, which is a much more comfortable ability to use later in the run, and we're not even halfway through and we already have the ability. So it just makes kind of the end game and like these scrappy, hectic moments a lot more manageable when you have more tools and improved tools at your disposal. Started this. Megan Foster is just outside. We're going to talk to her. We can go through... Oh, I missed. We can go through this again.
Ready?
You can do that pretty much every time. Every time that you have to go from like the center to the skiff and you're downstairs, that's going to be your route. I think it's like 4 or 5 times that we do that. Now we're on to, I believe, the most popular mission in this game, which is Jindosh's Mansion. Also, the worst performance mission in this game. A little rough in some spots, even with higher-end computers. Do a little bit of climb, and we're going to leap off of this balcony over the train station. When we do that, we start a trigger. A carriage is going to arrive here with some guards in it. We have until the guards leave to do whatever we want. In this case, we're going to upgrade Blink 2. There's a rune in the back, and there's 2 runes in that window. We're going to grab aggro on people in a booby trap in the back, and that will cancel a cutscene that is at the Outsider Shrine in that window. We lose a couple resources from like the other route doing this, but it is, I would say, worth it in the end. Leap, hold block, fall, mana potion, grab the rune, blink back. You can hear in the distance the carriage is on its way. We go up. Now we pulled aggro from the howlers, so there's not going to be a cutscene there. We upgrade our blink using our 4 runes. Go outside. We're going to blink straight down. There's the mana potion there you can grab. I don't believe it's necessary, but it's comfortable. Ooh, that's right. Okay, not too bad. Not too much damage. Ooh. And then we just run past these guys and get in the carriage. When you interact with the carriages in this game and in the next game, do not interact with the door. You want to interact with the lever. Because when you interact with the lever, it just places you in. Health elixir down there. And we're going to do a leap off of this to go down these tracks. You want to make sure you have good health for this, because as you can see, there's electricity, and it will shock you. So I'll just full pot again. Oh, missed it. Gotta get up. Oh. Gotta get up close, but not too close. Come on. Hold block as well. Very crucial. Oh, we actually didn't get shocked this time.
Jindosh could have stayed at the Academy of Natural Philosophy.
And now, the Clockwork Mansion. I will agree, in chat, I see Kanye West do. It is, at some points, too fast to spoil. I completely agree. Coming out of the loading screen, we're going to just go to the left, mana potion, and this starts a timer. Blink through the glass up top. Grab the mana potion. We're going to blink. We have to wait for this to get out of the way. And then we use the incendiary. If you miss that, reload the autosave, because at this point we don't have any backup incendiaries. We are currently out, as is shown right here. We're going to blink 2 more times, 1 and 2, walk for the accuracy, and then you're going to press 2 to take out the crossbow. That'll take out Jindosh. Hold block when you fall. Make sure you're at full health for that. You can die in some scenarios. Blink, sliding blink. We have another health potion. I'm going to take a moment here. This is the clockwork maze, so to speak. We're going to pull this lever to start it, and then we're going to climb it. and blink at a very specific place. Lean to the right, blink, and just run in. Break that, shoot him, press 4 for the sleep dart. Don't press... Okay, well, we don't have any incendiary darts, but that has happened before. Don't let this complete when you stand on the button, and then blink out. Series of blinks to the elevator. Crouch for this button. Again, extra mana potion here. With grabbing like... Ooh, careful with Sokolov's head. It can break. And then here you just want to make sure you're on the ground. And like, make sure you're on the ground and not throwing Sokolov. In order to get through that door, because you will leave him behind if you're in the air or if you drop him or in the process of dropping him. And his head can run into things. Be very careful. Spam F here to accept the first prompt. This will take you back to the train station at the beginning. You can press F here. I don't think it's too big of a difference. Pick him up, run a little, blink off, blink a couple more times. Since we have blink 2, this isn't too painful. And my coolest part, that.
Saved, yep. Definitely saved.
Absolutely. Definitely not waterlogged. Because you've technically entered this trigger for considering Sokolov as saved, right? It presents it to you. You can do whatever you want with him for a short period of time.
The void again.
We're in the void once again.
Different.
And I'm going to make a quick... Ooh. Hold on. There's the saving thing in the bottom. I'm going to make a quick save here just to showcase this. This is another void section. This does have a decently large skip, and it takes a bit of nuance to describe. Basically, there is a vine in the distance. We're going to climb that vine using the jump macro. There's a motion to this. It's a circular motion. On the way up, you look left. On the way down, you look right. And we're just going to walk forward along the vine, not sprint, just walk. And climb it.
What's she playing at?
So we sprint off of this. We want to make sure we're pretty far right here. And then we're holding we're spamming jump. And, ooh, that's rough. Okay. You do have to make sure you're pretty far on the outside of this. I might be able to save it. This might not save time, but it can still showcase this. Nice. Okay. You want to make sure you're pretty far out to the right. And over here, run forward and jump. Okay. Or miss it slightly. We will run that again in order to beat the timing and get a bit cleaner execution here.
What's she playing at? Maybe
Jump
how
off.
is the question.
Make sure we're on the right side. This is looking much cleaner. Oh yeah, A1. And then you kind of want to gradually move your mouse to the right. Oh, I missed it again. I missed the jump. The cutscene is like just auto continuing, like you messing around and doing this isn't gonna break anything.
Maybe how is the
So
question.
this, if you hit it, it saves time. If you miss it, you just continue with the cutscene. It is a decent amount. Obviously, the faster you do it. There we go. Jump. What? Okay. We're gonna keep reiterating this.
What's she playing at? Maybe how is the question.
I'm getting to the top clean now. It's just the jump at the end that I am missing slightly. There's a group of floating rocks that we should be aiming for. Keep looking right, keep looking right. Oh, I think I missed the jump. Oh, but I hit it. You kind of hit some invisible wall. And so this spawns the second portion. The floor hasn't spawned in yet. Now it has. So that's what it looks like when it's hit. Also, floor will spawn ahead of you, but like we just saw, you can be on the floor before you physically see it, just as long as that group of flooring has begun spawning. So don't be afraid and think that you're outrunning it. If you know where to go, you can just follow it and be like right on the edge. If you don't know where to go, allow it a little bit of distance in front of you. First try for sure.
How much of this is true, and how much is
interact with
warped
the
imagination?
portal ahead of you, and we'll be on our way. F out of this dialogue wheel. As you see, there is a bottle on the desk to the right. We're going to need that. We open the door, we stand here, we throw it at the chair, we talk to Megan, and then we do this exit again. This level has a black screen issue here. You see there was that fade in. If we aren't fast enough, that black screen will continue for like 3 to 5 seconds.
Syria Gardens,
Oh
close to
my
the conservatory.
voice is getting lit up a
That's
little
as far as I can take you. Ready to go?
Yes, let's go.
bit. You can beat the longer black screen without clipping through the wall there and just going to the stairs. It's just a little bit easier by going through the wall. Now we move on to the Royal Conservatory. This is kind of a, I don't want to say exactly a one-shot level, but you are in combat and moving a lot of the time. We do a leap there, rewire. Let me actually load the autosave here to point this out. Apologies. At the start, we're going to grab a rewire tool. There's a few cases where we can skip the walls of light, and then somewhere we can't. This is one of those. So we grab the rewire, leap. There's our rewire. We can pass through. We're gonna leap to the front here. We want to stand on this ledge, double jump. That does the damage cancel. Ooh, we're gonna leap to the middle here. Sequence of blanks. Here, we're out. Oh, we only have 1 incendiary left, but it's very important coming up, so we don't want to use it.
Hello everyone, welcome back. Sorry about that. Just a quick technical issue here, but we're ready to get back into it.
My favorite comment was from Stormwall187, speedran the whole stream. Moving along.
Such a great teacher that you finished both games.
My anthology personal best in real time is about 1 hour and 16 minutes. That's real time. That's also transitioning between all the games. Obviously without explanation, but
yeah,
still pretty quick. We're gonna do this segment again. Blink above. You can eliminate her with the pistol, but this is just much safer. She also has bone charms on her, which is necessary in the all collectible speedrun, but not here. I'm not sure if they're random. My memory is not firing. But this is just a movement sequence. We have to read this audiograph because it reveals more information. Health pot there, mana pot there. They're screaming at me. Moving forwards.
What's that smell? Is it the
We're gonna do another 2 leaps. I like doing this in 2. I find it easier. Oh, I hit a pole. Ooh. This is a good thing to point out. So right when you're in the air blocking, you're holding left control. But that also is the non-lethal drop assassination.
So it's done.
The non-lethal drop assassination in this game.
Good. Corvo, there's something
So
else.
you will probably run into situations where you're flying through the air and then you hit control and you just like go down and slam someone's head in the pavement. That will happen. That will happen a lot in the next game as well.
3 years.
The sooner that you hold control, in most cases, the less likely it'll be that there's someone below you to knock out. That came up because I let go of control and then reheld it. Starter machine 6. This is the dust.
I need to know what.
Go into the main cabin, talk to Sokolov. Off the side again. Quick flick.
My old bones can only take so much waiting.
Let's go.
It's probably bad that I used a mana potion there. At the end of this mission, we, for one, lose our access to mana, and then for two, it gets automatically restored afterwards. So at the end of this mission, we want to be out of mana, because there's nothing to do with it afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah, so I need to be burning this mana, frankly, because this is way too much.
Who's there?
Grab another rewire, pistol. Oh, I'm actually full on pistol bullets. That's rare. Mana potions, or health potions, sorry.
The overseers won't just leave the...
Talk to Megan.
I've been doing...
We're gonna blink down, interact with the riddle, eliminate the civilian, turn this 3 times. At this point, all of these are pointing to different names. For those of you that are stuck on this, and want to do it without the lock, this is a way to complete the Jindosh riddle. This has to be on latest patch. Read the Jindosh riddle. We're gonna look at the riddle twice, and dissect information from it both times. So first time, we're gonna look at the first name and the second item. So that's the first item, second item. So Winslow Diamond, and then the second name and the third item. Nazio War Medal. Winslow Diamond, Nazio War Medal. So Winslow, Diamond, Nazio, War Medal. We're going to come back to the riddle box. We're going to look at the first 2 items in this paragraph. Finch Snuff Tin, and then the second here and the last name. So Finch Snuff Tin, and the bird belongs to Conti. Finch Snuff Tin, Finch Snuff Tin, and the bird belongs to Conti. At that point, we just look for which name that we haven't touched yet. In this case, it's Marcola. Marcola has to be the ring. This is the Jindosh riddle strategy. This has to be on latest patch. The riddle itself isn't consistent in an earlier patch. The other ways to get through this riddle in the game are by eliminating either the Howler leader or the Overseer leader, and that's just impractical. It becomes way too out of the way. Quick save.
Definitely odd.
Or sorry, not quick.
Something just shifted.
The mansion. What was the... Oh, cracking the slab. That's what I wanted to say. We're going to leap off that over there. Take the stairs. We could do a bit of a leap at the top of the stairs. It's kind of rough to get that great. Equip the pistol and damage cancel. This is Aramis Stilton. He lives here. You can stab him. You can't shoot him directly, so you have to like flick.
This is a mercy.
Or catch him in the side. And then we enter a unskippable cutscene with the outsider. If there are any questions, now would be a good time. We have like roughly a minute, maybe a minute and change, until we continue the run. As a highlight, I will play around with Stilton if I can.
And a part of Aramis Stilton is always still breaking.
I don't have anything loaded up. I feel like everything has been more or less straightforward, especially with your explanations.
It watches you from within.
I guess, would you consider this a harder speedrun than Dishonored 1?
I would say, for sure the game is harder to run. The tricks are a little bit more technical and a little bit more like timing related. It's a shorter run, there's fewer cutscenes, so if you want something a little bit more action, something constantly moving, then this might be the game for you. The first game also features DLCs, which are quicker and more fast-moving. And the game after this also is shorter. What I'm doing here is using the timepiece to travel into the past and back in the Stilton's manor. This is a very finicky piece. There's like this unfolding mechanic that allows you to like preview what's on this other side. You're supposed to like watch for people and guards. But really we just want to put it away because when we have our item sheath we move faster. When you right click, if you hold F during the transition, you will put the timepiece away. And then you just have to right click twice to use it again. So we're just going to follow this path through the kitchen into the main corridor, hold F. Then we're going to leap and press 4, and we have our sleep dart pre-selected. Now we go out the back. Every version of this game, except for, every run category for this game, except for 100%, does the exact same thing back here. And I'm going to try to nail it first try. Basically, we are going to sleep dart Stilton when he's in the back. There we go. Got him. You saw his little flinch. And he falls. You want to make sure, basically, you're just running forward, do a bit to the left at the end. Make sure you're stationary because the running accuracy is going to be a mess. Nope, you didn't see anything. And then we equip the timepiece. Now we are back in the present. And it is no longer like old, decrepit, and bloodfly infested because he did not go crazy. You can switch to your gun before going through this door. It doesn't really matter. We're really just using the sword on the other side of it. Did you go right? Oh, I see from chat. Did you go right into speedrunning this game, or did you leisurely play it first? My Dishonored 2 experience, I do not remember much. I think I was kind of one and done with this game originally. I had stopped Dishonored 1 speedrunning, I believe, at the time. So I just, you know, obviously a big fan of the franchise. So did that. What I did there was run into the seance room. That's where some associates or the people who we eliminated earlier in this game are performing a ritual to bring Delilah back. That is on a timer. So what we're doing here is just exploring the mansion and opening up some doors so we can leap out of the mansion while this cutscene plays. This will infinitely loop, this cutscene right here. And your quest will end when you catch this moment, regardless of when. It'll just continue to go. Go back into the present. We're going to holster. We're going to leap. In this case, we went upstairs. That's fine. We're just going to come downstairs and do another leap off the side. Now, we are in cracking the slab. This is where the incendiary bolt that we did not use to eliminate, not Delilah, the other one, the other Coven Witch from the conservatory comes into play. Normally what you do is you interact with that door, you're sucked into the void, and you lose like all of your powers. But, get in this corner, we're going to look at the left of this desk, lean right, blink. Very straightforward. There's no like movement involved in this. I'm gonna hold block because that would cause an animation. I'm gonna blink off the side. I'm gonna blink here. Outsider's talking. We simply shoot him and blink to the back of the rocks here. Basically, there's an invisible, or there's an interaction box here that's supposed to appear when he's done. We spam it, and so like this cutscene going on is supposed to happen this whole time. Like this is supposed to be shut. We're supposed to be forced to watch this. But for some reason, if we spam that interaction box multiple times, it speeds up this cutscene. So we do that like 8 times or so. And then this portal is available.
But what comes after that might be the hardest thing.
Crack the slab. We're gonna just run forward. We're gonna usually blink there.
Alright.
This can be finicky to do a leap off of. I was instructed to do it this way, and it does help a lot. Basically, we're gonna move like towards these flowers, maybe not all the way back, and do the leap there. Oh, I let go of the wrong thing. And then we just do 2 bounces. Blink once. Stop the damage, like that. Blink again. Talk to
Are you ready to leave? The dust
we're
is
out.
wreaking havoc. Yes. I found a way to
There
get around
is
Paolo
a
and Byrne,
potential
and I've been to
crash
Stilton's
point
house. Let's go.
that has to do with the backyard from Stilton's Manor that we just came through. If you crash at Stilton's Manor, you cannot use the save, I believe, immediately prior to that interaction. So you have to go like an extra one back, maybe to the start of the mission. Not exactly positive on that, but that save will just continually crash if it happens.
That's
I'm
so
not,
strange.
Yes. There's that. I'm trying to think in this game if there's another save where it can be like that. I know in the first game, there are some cases where if you menu too fast, you can crash your game, and the DLCs in that game also have some memory errors. But there aren't too many crash spots to look out for. Skip this dialogue. And everyone's partying on the boat. We're just gonna blink up, grab a bottle, run up to Megan, look up, throw, interact. And we hit ourselves in the head. Now we blink to the skiff. Or maybe we hit one of them. I'm not entirely sure. The screen is still faded out.
We should head out.
The important part is we skip a cutscene.
Yes. To be fair, that one very quickly goes into a dialogue wheel. So it's not the end of the world if you miss that skip. It's not painful at all. There are some other animations that are like more important, such as the one in the opening level with grabbing the gun. But that was not the biggest. Start this mission. We're just going to double jump, go through this little hut, holster, and then jump, equip. I have missed that so many times. Basically, right after you vault something, and this is how like we do the leaps. Right after you vault something, if you're holstered, you can like snap vault it by taking something out, and you can use it much quicker. Holster again. We want the incendiary and the mana potion. We're gonna do a leap off of this. If you're not comfortable doing that, you can just blink, do a small series of blinks. Since we have blink 2, like not doing the leaps isn't that punishing. I should explain this. Let's run this again. This is one of the cases where we used to get the rewire tool in order to skip past this wall of light. But we actually can just blink above it. So we're gonna leap off of this, we're gonna blink onto this lamppost, we'll double jump, blink above, and hold block as we fall down. You might have to watch your health. It can be pretty far, but you do have agility, so you won't take too much damage. Just don't come too far off the wall, or else you'll hit the wall of light, and you will be brought back all the way to that autosave at the beginning. Ooh. Okay, great comment from Slinky Pants. Am I tripping out or did Megan's arm grow back? You are entirely correct. That happens during that happens because we prevent Stilton. The sleep dart from Stilton prevents him from joining the summoning. That is why he went crazy. So by preventing him from joining the summoning, I believe there's something with the power that Delilah has. This ties into the Dishonored 1 DLC with the Knife of Dunwall, where Billy Lurk, who is Megan Foster, gets kind of convinced by Delilah to join her and try and betray Dowd. So yeah, very good thing to notice here. Coming out of the black screen, we're going to go to the top next to the carriage. Crouch, because this is a low wall. Health pot if you need. Or a ball. Or leap, sorry.
The palace. Maybe
now
I can
this
find another way to neutralize
is the Duke. This is the only piece of RNG that matters in the game. It is a coin flip. If you win the coin flip, it's great. If you lose the coin flip, it could be terrible. Actually, I have no reason to pause. People won't really move. So there is the Duke, Luca, Abel, and his body double. It is one of those is always going to be in his office in the chambers here. Sorry, in the chambers. The other one will be randomly in one of 4 different places. So obviously, because the coin flip is the best odds that we have, we're going to check the chambers first. If we are correct, we can proceed to Delilah's spirit, which is in the vault. If we are incorrect, we have to go find the Duke, which could be in one of 4 different locations. So I will show you each of those locations, the order to check them in, regardless of the result. So we're going to blink down here, damage cancel. We pistol shoot this, we incendiary shoot him. We got good luck, we did not get duked, so that was the actual Duke. If it's not the Duke, we check here, and what do you know? That's the body double. So that was actually a very good Duke thing if it were to happen. This is the first place we check. That is Delilah's chambers. This is Duke Abel's office. We check this next. We grab the mana potion if we had to go here. I'm going to blink out a few more times. We go here. We can try to check and see if he's through here. If he is, you're really going to have to disable this whale oil tank, which has the arc pylon, not the alarm. Where's the arc pylon? Right here. This is a pain. So you have to disable that. He's not there. We can go, I believe this is the preferred route. And this is really bad. Then we get to the throne room. We want to take this out. And oh, it didn't do the fun part. Sometimes we just use this to blow up the Duke. Make sure when you're playing as Corvo, you have to loot the Duke and get his vault key. Emily can clip through the floor, and she doesn't need the key. Regardless, you still have to eliminate the Duke, and the vault key is on the Duke. So Corvo has to loot. Moving along, there's the chambers up there. We want to get on top of here. We're going to fall down through this skylight.
Let's see what Duke Abel keeps hidden away in here.
We want to take this out. This is very important coming up. It also stops the arc pylon, which will be very painful. Interact with Delilah's effigy, and you seal her soul in the heart.
This is it.
Wonder if it was even really alive.
Mana potion. And we're going to grab this. This is a... Oh, don't jump here. Do not jump there. There's a very rare glitch where you can, like, get stuck in the floor, and your association with this whale oil tank becomes disrupted, and so it kind of just floats in front of you. But this is needed. We're going to make a quick save here, and I'm going to show this to you first.
You survived. All right, as you want.
So, what that is this is another damage cancel dialogue skip. Basically, what happens, and I believe this is the case in the first game, right? If you talk to someone to leave, they're going to give you a monologue, and then they'll give you a prompt, right? If you decline the prompt and stay, you're going to go do other things, and then you come back, they're not going to give you the monologue again. That's basically what happens. We talk to Megan, she goes into a monologue. We get damage canceled out of it, like we declined the prompt. And then we just talk to her again. One moment while this loads. But this is a very precise positioning here.
This is how the worst.
Oh, I have to get out of this cutscene. One moment. This is a pretty precise positioning, and you also don't want to hit Megan because she's fragile. So Megan, if we're talking like from the perspective of the pilot of the boat, Megan's on the right side. So we want to be on the left side, and we want to position the whale oil tank on the left side. We also want to hang off so it hits us. Shoot it with the incendiary, talk to Megan, get hit by it, talk to Megan again. This is... I would say one of the more difficult tricks. It does save a good amount of time. But it's not the highest priority to kind of nail off the rip. Definitely get the fundamentals of leaps down in your movement to make sure you understand the Duke luck, and make sure a lot of this is like kind of being kind of just clutch factor and being able to riff off of random situations that you find yourself in.
Kind of being able to adapt to whatever's going on.
Mm-hmm. For sure. This is the start of the last level. So now we grab a whiskey tumbler. It's on this book. We're going to clip out here. The reason why we do clip out of the bedroom like this now is because we don't have to talk to anyone to continue to the level. We would do it otherwise, but we have to go like towards the cabin at the start. So now we come to the skiff. In this case, you take on Delilah alone. So we're going to get in this corner. And we're going to do another damage cancel. Crouch, lean, look at the top of this opaque segment of the rope, and throw and interact. You hear the glass break, and that speeds up. That's a good 5 seconds maybe. Good speed up of getting onto the skiff. We now have, if done correctly, the coolest and best leap in the game. Okay, I'm actually just going to eliminate these. I do this during practice. This would be the easiest way to showcase this safely. Okay, Wolfhound's eliminated. So we're going to jump on that rock. We're going to blink up here. And then actually, ooh, let me double check that we don't blink again. Let's see. No, we don't. Okay, yeah, we just do a little hop. We're going to crouch, and we want to leap all the way down this road. And there's a bunch of places to do backups, but ooh, you want to do the best that you can. Whoa. Okay, you don't want to go that high, but you want to run it as far as you can. You can take the corner. You can bounce off of things, or you blink adjust, and then a good place to leap to the entrance is right there. Really, another big skill in this game, right, beyond the ability to adapt, is the ability to identify good leap spots, because that's the fastest way to travel. If you're playing as Emily, you can create your own leaps. It's a bit more difficult, a bit faster, and you can create them anywhere. But as Corvo, identifying leap spots and leaping is for sure the fastest way to get around. Run forward at the start of the checkpoint. Ooh. Blink once and then blink on top of here. You can check your mana here. From here we need, 2 to 3 bars of mana. So we should be good on potions. Blink up. You can blink again, or you can leap once. When you're on top of here, run and blink onto here. I'm gonna not wake the dogs, so I'll go this way. This is from the first game. Oh, that's actually really fitting. The last level has this in both. We're gonna do some fadeaway leaps. The climb here is it can be kind of awkward. Anecdotally, I've heard that some people have complained about this and kind of getting the timing down. But we're doing kind of fade away and then jump back in. Fade away, jump back in. So kind of just like this repeating circle in order to get back onto these ledges. Double jump blink at the top of this. You want to climb it. And there's an invisible trigger right here. We are going to double jump in order to take fall damage against an invisible wall. And that will cancel the cutscene. Part of the reason why this is the way it is because we aren't supposed to get up here without going inside first. This actually breaks the end credits. The end credits just don't play because we never went inside the tower. So if you, yeah, if you want to watch the end credits, you have to like do it properly, make a save, and then like go do it separately. Fall top of that, break through the roof, blink, hit 5 for the heart. Take down 5. You can check your mana again. I have so many potions. I'm going to make... Oh, okay. You don't have to interact with that. I'm going to make a quick save real quick. But normally you do this fast. You blink there. Take out Incendiary. You aim roughly at the gap there. And then that is actually where Delilah, like the real Delilah's model is. And we eliminated her. And we're able to end. I'm going to quick load here just to show some alternatives before we end. If you miss the Incendiary and alert her, you have to reload. If you don't alert her and you're out of Incendiaries, you're going to go up here. You're going to vault off of this. You want blink behind her. You don't want her to see you because she can still see you, right? She's still doing stuff. Oh, I was actually too late. Or not. Right? 1 moment. Never had her react and like stay here. Okay, it looks like it. But yeah, you can just, she's stored up there doing like this summoning ritual, and you can just blink up and eliminate her. A slide kill is the most, it was not a clean leap. A slide kill is the most consistent for sure. And it's kind of is this the quick save? No, I want the quick save. A slide kill is the most consistent for sure. And like in that case, right, she can blink away, but she just have to blink and stay close. There we go. That's what it is when she doesn't react. After this, you blink down, damage cancel. Meaning and ready on the timer. Actually, I just want to say this real quick. In high chaos, you can take the throne for yourself and just leave your relative locked in stone. But time ends now.
All right. Yeah. So it's definitely different from the first one, like you already said. That one looks. So to me, just kind of looking at it, it looks like this one would take a little bit more practice to get used to all of the tricks, but then from there, it's kind of smooth sailing once you've got a hang of it.
Yeah, the right as we were talking about earlier with the cutscenes from the first game, the effective like run and execution, there's more of it in the second game than the first one due to waiting around for things or the cutscenes and whatnot. It's definitely more technical and also a bit more content within it.
Yeah. Do you have any closing things for Dishonored 2 before we jump to our break before our last one?
I will say the all collectibles, played as Corvo, and this is also a very fun run. There's some very broken mechanics for the non-lethal ghost, and ways that the code handles itself internally, which are very strange. If you want to check out the runs for that and just see how broken the logic for this game gets, feel free to do so at speedrun.com. The biggest content creator for this game is Sierra Death. He streams the crap out of this. He comes up with it. He just posted reverse all collectibles. So all collectibles, but you're doing it in the worst way possible. So yeah, he's a big, literally you're doing it backwards. But he's a big proponent for this game, and especially for the all collectibles speedrun. So if you're interested in more on this game, like I said, I'm a Dishonored 1 specialist, but Dishonored 2, Sierra is definitely the man. Other than that, that's it for D2.
All right. So we're gonna go to a quick break just so that people can get up, stretch, get some water, anything they need to do. We'll be back after this quick break with our final game of the night, Dishonored: Death of the Outsider. Hello everybody, welcome back to the GDQ Hotfix. This is How to Train a Speedrunner. I'm Church and Sarge, and I'm joined by Noodles tonight. we're going to be doing the third and final Dishonored game, Dishonored Death of the Outsider. How are you doing, Noodle?
Do good. I guess to briefly detail this game, this is pretty much standalone DLC to Dishonored 2. It uses the same engine. This character is Billy Lurk, who is Megan Foster from the previous game, but she has gone on to take on some additional duties of her own accord, helping out her former mentor and tracking down the one who turned her eye into the Terminator. I guess out of game prep for this is pretty much the same as D2. The interface and the engine is the same, so you want to have your wheel down on jump, wheel up on use. We have our jump macro still. Leaps are definitely still a thing. And we want the only difference here is that we are going to down patch the game. That resource is available at speedrun.com/dishonored. If you go to Death of the Outsider, we down patch the game for improving some of the loading times. You'll see when we leave kind of our central hub. When we leave, there's a black screen that remains, and that time is a lot more painful on the latest patch. A pretty similar game creation system to the previous. We're gonna do, let's prep this for easy, and then once again stealth visibility goes down to low. Oh, hi, cat. Okay.
My name is Billy.
Once again, like Dishonored 2, we're gonna allow the game to create an autosave, and then this will be our save point. Actually, no, never mind. No autosave is made. We just have the mission save to play from. So we'll do this again, and then just at the first available moment, we'll just hit escape and save. Okay. I will load this now. Ready on time. 3, 2, 1. The cat just jumps. 3, 2, 1, go.
I've been searching for months.
So this is Billy Lurk, Megan Foster's ship. Ooh, I messed that up. And since this is still the Void engine, leaps are very much in this game still. We're basically going to be leaping everywhere. We don't have our powers in the beginning here. And so leaps are really the only way to get around. We'll go to a loading screen here. I'm going to relocate the cat. This is a short game anyway. He won't be too mad. This is the shortest of the games by far here. As we fade in through this black screen, we're just going to run forward, smash open the panes. You can do a leap off of this. It's not that important. And this is going to be a lot more fast paced. It's literally just chaining leaps together. That is this game. At the very least, the first level. Oh, big thing to note in this game. Do not block your leaps. It does not work in this game. They fixed that. And the last thing you want to do is knock someone out when you want to keep going. Oh, yeah. As we saw in the previous. Also, this is the Alparca Baths. There's Dowd down there. We don't want to aggro these guys. But you can do a leap from here to get to this point. And then we're just going to do... Oh, hold on. Do they notice? Okay, they don't notice. Cool. So we can show this again. We're going to get into this corner. We're going to jump on top of the wood. Look kind of on the level in between these 2 points. We're going to hold S, D, and then spacebar shortly after. This is kind of a tough jump to nail. It's definitely not the smoothest. So taking some time and getting used to that, especially because like after this you just have your movement ability. So it becomes much easier. So getting this nailed is worth the time for sure. It's the majority of the run. Or majority of the difficulty of the run. At this point, you free Dowd. Everyone runs around. You want to grab this, and you will once again damage cancel yourself. Throw it at the end. You can vault off of this, or leap off of that, sorry. But you want to pick a side. Do not run up the middle. There is a civilian who is being hunted down by the guard, and they can like explode onto you or just collide with you and make it very awkward. But yeah, this is just an out and back type mission. We can leap here into the bricks and then interact with the middle of the carriage. That's the first level. For reference, I'll go over the world records of these games. The first game, Dishonored 1, 31:54 in-game time. Dishonored 2, I believe we're down to like a 20:50, something like that. This game, this is less than 9 minutes. So
yeah, 20:48 for the second game.
Yeah, this is a much quicker game. Okay, we did skip a cutscene where we were given powers by the outsider, and this is our little intermission hub. Instead of vaulting up here and going on to the thing with the rats over there, we're going to vault this way, and we're going to use displace is what it is called in this game, in order to get to the carriage. This game is made up of 5 missions, kind of like equally distributed in a time. I'd say this one here is probably one of the longer ones, or it has like 2 objectives technically. You'll see why. Just really just one objective. These are much quicker. Like I said, more like a DLC. I believe this game was $20 on release, as opposed to the full-fledged $60.
Yeah.
Quick triple blink here. There are 2 climb up blinks and then 1 on top of the little banister.
A secret knock. Really?
Also in this game you'll notice we're not picking up mana pots. There aren't any. This game uses a recharge mana system, so if you like that kind of simplified feel, something a little quicker, if you like Billy Lurk's character or her powers, I know we only use, right, for the sake of the speedruns, we only really ever use whatever the movement ability is. But she does have her own unique set, and they're all available to her off the rip. It removes a lot of the collection element, but these still are, like, I believe, decently large worlds. I would say I have the least experience in this game. We're inside. We're going to blink up and to the left. I like to break this and jump on here. That's an electric floor. And the last thing you want to do is lose it. When you hit this audiograph, hit FSF. You can input that as fast as possible. Basically, we grabbed a recording of the owner of this house, Shanyun, singing, and that is the secret passcode to opening that safe. As an alternative way, you can actually use one of Billy's abilities to impersonate Shanyun and sing into the audiograph yourself. That's another way to open the safe. But I believe you'd still have to like find the lyrics. Not entirely positive. So what we did right there, we opened the safe. We got some details about the twin-bladed knife that we're searching for, and we found a key. And so now we look for the second key. We're gonna do a leap down here. Oh my gosh, I hit it. So I hit that dude's face though. So that interrupts the leap. The good thing is that like our mana is like pretty easy and there's a lot of things to leap off of. So now we're going to the town square to say hi to Ivan Jacoby, who's giving a lecture later. We're gonna shock him in order to loot him easier. We shocked the woman Jeanette in the first mission. We have 3 shock bolts by default, and we are using exactly each of them. Make sure when you use them that you aren't really moving fast. Make sure you're walking, because missing one of them is actually like very crucial. You'd have to resort to using, do we even have, no, we don't even have incendiaries yet, so we would have to do that later. As opposed to going back to the carriage, we can go to the skiff. just spam F. You can fly through these menus as well. Moving along, we have the bank job. This is probably one of their cooler ones. There's a lot of different options casually to complete this. And we're actually doing one of the cool options in the speedrun.
It's time.
We're going to come upstairs, talk to Dowd, leap off, and this time we're using a skiff in order to get there. A lot of the leaps, and this is the case for both Dishonored 2 and Death of the Outsider, right? You're doing macro spam into equipping something, it doesn't matter what it is, and continuing the macro, or the scroll. Usually the item you want to take out is your movement ability. It's just going to be the most versatile and allow you to correct most easily. At the start of this, you want to hold up and right. We'll move this way, once. Leap. Ooh. That could be a little tricky. You can leap off of this. Make sure that you have pretty much full mana for that part. Then you want to jump. You have to jump to get over this. If you fail the jump like I just did, you won't be able to get over. So you have to jump and then displace. And Billy's ability as well is a right click to place and then a right click to go. Just so you're aware of the difference.
I guess it's...
just scroll in order to spam F and get through that door. And now we are inside of the bank. This game is very matter-of-factly. There is one route. It was ground down by the man Bjorny. He is the world record holder. And he, I believe, put the most time into this, as well as Seer. I played this on release. But Bjorny was the one who really pushed the poo out of it. That was a weird phrase. Moving along. Here's the elevator. We're going to push button in order to open that because we have to go up shortly. Grab these incendiary bolts. They're very important. We're going to hit the button behind. Grab the health pot if you need it. We have a lot of health pots in this run, so you might not. Go upstairs into this little tech room. Press 3 for the incendiary bolts. We got to blow that up. We're going to grab some brakes out of that drawer there. And this is the bank vault. So we have to get inside the vault to get the knife, and the easiest way to do that, the fastest way to do that, is to drop it. Blink twice, do a little bit of a lean.
It's some kind of fancy elevator. A control room can
And now you can drop into the water. It's a lot easier if you're not in the water to do that. Get into this corner, and just in here, you can just grab the knife through the wall.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You would have to input both keys. So like you have everything to do it, but you can just go and look in the wall. There's also, I believe, 5 other safes in there that you can find various codes to unlock, and there is an achievement related to that.
Yeah, I think it's 5.
Okay, so now, coming out of this loading screen, we're gonna hold forward and right.
Should be crawling with guards.
That'll make sure we crawl or run along the edge. Crank the wheel most of the way and then blink through. We're gonna leap to the middle here. Oh, that was not beautiful, but we're good. And then yeah, we're just alternating leaps and displacements based on kind of just where we end up and how convenient things are. This is right, grinding it down and getting this run to like perfection obviously is very precise and very repeatable. But this is a very like flowy freestyle-y game. Right, you have 2 ways to move, and a lot of ledges to do leaps off of, and you can blink at any time. So, kind of just understanding the map and being comfortable with the movement options are the ways to go. Mission 4. This mission can be completed in less than a minute. basically we have to get inside. We have to find out how to get to the outsider from the witches that are in here. There are also the overseers that are also here. And they're kind of on the same side, or at least I believe there's an investigation going on. When we come to the front here, the more common, or the proper leap is kind of to light up with this smear here, do like a bit of a turn, and like vault off of this. I find this wildly inconsistent. I mean, leaping off of this thing in general is somewhat difficult. So you can either try to leap off that right side there, like I just did, or I find that the simpler leap is getting into this corner, kind of just looking straight. A lot easier to hit. Running in, go through the door. We're gonna do a vault, falling. You can actually bunny hop off of that, which this is like really smooth when you get it fast. We're gonna do 3 blinks up. Vault, make sure you're walking, and stun her. Gonna fall down, and as you're falling, you hold the jump macro, so then you'll catch yourself. We're gonna blink over here. This is the silvergraph projector. We just stole the plate off of that woman. We need to now take the plate, so we got it back in our inventory because it's useful later, and we're done.
I should keep the silvergraph plate with me.
One of the biggest, right, the core of this level is quite quick, but there's a good amount of extra things to do. For example, if you're doing like all contracts or whatnot, there's a contract which is literally to eliminate every single person in the map except for one, and then like frame that person for whatever happened. This game has contracts along with like kind of in opposition to a lot of the collectibles, because the powers are simplified. Last level here, hole in the world. We're gonna do a leap off the start, and you gotta blink immediately, or else you're gonna hit the lip. Whoa, that was great trajectory. We're gonna blink, displace up here, and spam with the door, and also spam space to get over this. You can also shoot it if you really want. That will make it easier. Ooh, okay. I missed the blink there. That's okay. You can despawn your blinks with F. We're gonna do a quick 3 blink pattern. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna run to our next leap spot. Hold right if you can. Ooh, okay, that was a bit too far right. Whatever. It's not bad. Blink up. The easiest I find is jumping on the... I say blink, I mean displace. It's just the nomenclature. D1 is kind of... It was first. It dominates the... We've now hit the eye. Say this here is going to be the hardest part of the run. Mainly isn't a viable alternative to this. So what you're gonna do, you can blink if you want. You're gonna get onto this box. Save to demonstrate. So all the way down there is where the ritual is. But if you try to go down, oh my gosh. Okay, wait. I did not think that would work. Let me just explain real quick. There is a kill box in the air as part of this leap that we do. So there's a leap here that's supposed to send you out and kind of over all of this and down to something down there to grab. But evidently... okay, that's where it comes in. Yeah, you can have a bit too much momentum and fall. I mean, I was able to go down there and survive, So certainly there's more to investigate there. And maybe, I mean, I definitely have the least experience with this game. So maybe there is a little bit more to explain there, or explore. But the strategy is we're going to get into this corner, come up against the middle. We're going to look, there's like 3 plateaus. We're going to look right in the middle of the second and do a little leap at a heartbeat pace, like a doo-doo, where we do macro spam and then equip something, like doo-doo. And then we're going to macro spam to climb this and look right. Don't touch your movement abilities. We're just going to climb that. This is vital to the run. This is the one thing that, like I said, kind of has to be done. Or unless you can apparently just like slide down. There are some alternate leaps for different destinations. I believe those are for like the non-lethal ghost and grabbing some resources. But I'm going to say with 99% confidence, you have to do that leap. Quick triple blink, exhaust your mana in order to do there. Allow this to regenerate like basically 2, and then last leap. Then we blink. We're coming up on time. Basically, this is where you get your choice on what to do with the outsider. If you inspect, you go into a little monologue because he's frozen in the stone, he can't respond. And then you get a choice. One of those choices is to eliminate the outsider, and you can fast forward that by just left clicking. So time is now. This is considered the end of the run. This is a skippable cutscene, but this is the elimination of the outsider with the twin-bladed knife. And thus ends the Dishonored series until Deathloop came around and everyone said it was canon. That is, if for me, that is Dishonored 1, Dishonored 2, Dishonored Death of the Outsider. All any percent. You can find more resources for this at speedrun.com/Dishonored. Myself, I have been Noodles on Twitter at Noodles Runs. I don't really tweet there often, but hey, if you care, you care. On Twitch at Noodles NA, Noodles North America. Other streamers of these games, we have Lurvin at Lurvin_. He's a big D1 runner. Seeker from Doom fame also runs it. We have Ice and Fire, who's a moderator for Simply, who's a big like proponent of the DLC. We got Sierra Death, who's put in so much work to even like keep Dishonored 2 on the map. And everyone in the Discord, everyone who sticks around, Steven Candle for like the 100%, the user by the name of someone else, who does so much of background work, doing the auto splitter and whatnot, and all the old heads that you might remember from like almost 10 years ago now. Every once in a while we'll see someone, and that's always fun. But thank you for tuning in. This has been Dishonored Death of the Outsider and the Dishonored Anthology Any Percent Speedrun Explained, trained for the speedrunner. Find more on YouTube, speedrun.com, Twitch. Follow the categories if you like. Yeah, some people are actually coming back. We found a couple like small things to get some people interested, at least in the first game. And so we shall be around for a little while longer. Thank you to Church of Sarge for messaging me, getting me on this. Thank you for Richard on the tech, hanging out tonight. Thank you to the cat for not being too disruptive. And I hope you guys have a good morning. Happy January 7th.
Thank you so much for showing off the runs tonight. You did a really good job. Like I feel like I could pick up any of these 3 games off of these. Like you gave such good detailed explanations about everything. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Like you were saying, that's all we have for tonight. So we will be ending stream for the night. Just as a reminder, we do have AGDQ 2022 online coming up. That's going to be starting Sunday at 11 a.m. We do have 2 GDQ hotfix shows before then, so we have Going Places on Saturday, but tomorrow night we have a strange episode of What's Faster. That's going to be Overcooked 2 with Michael Yama, J Hobbs, C Average, and it was supposed to be me, but I'm not going to be there anymore, unfortunately, but I'll be on comms. And they're racing Overcooked 2 versus our very own Richard on production, who will be cooking or baking 4 different pastries or baked goods for us. So we're gonna see which can be done faster, the 4 pastries or baked goods, or Overcooked 2. And so that'll be starting at 7 p.m. Hope to see you all there. We're going to take a quick break while we look for somebody to raid, so if y'all wouldn't mind sticking around to help us cheer on somebody in their speedruns in just a few minutes there, that would be great. And like I said, make sure to tune in to AGDQ starting on Sunday. For everything else, have a great night. Thanks for tuning in.
Woo!